Hello everybody, welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today for another episode of Once Upon a Time, our D&D game which you guys come along and play games with us. It's wild. Let's go around the cast and the crew, let's remind ourselves of who we are, and meet our new folks who are with us today. We have a dungeon master by the name of Susanna Grace with us tonight. Susie, how's it going?
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm well, I'm excited, I'm ready for more adventures. I like where we left things off last week, and look forward to today.
It's gonna be a good one. It's a good one. I've got some fun plans brewing.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, let's see. We have Madame Gandalf with us today. Madame, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm feeling the pressure today. I feel like there's now an expectation of no matter what scenario we are in, I need to have a prop or a costume for it. So I've got my bucket ready on the side. And fingers crossed that whatever Susanna throws at us today, I will be reasonably propped.
Fantastic. And we have Bree back with us today. Bree, how's it going today?
It is going great. I'm so excited to stress out our favorite dungeon master and to play with toys and break things and make NPCs cry.
Yep, that about
That's all I
sums it
got.
up. Amazing. Cannot wait to get back into the debut. We have Sean of Hunter with us today. Sean, how's it going, my friend?
Very well, thank you. I am super excited to try and clean the streets and police this fairy tale city. So I'm ready. Absolutely. Very short intro, but let's do it.
I like it, short and sweet. Cleric of Cord, how you doing today, my friend?
Doing just fine, sir. Due diligence reporting for duty. I'm Cleric of Cord. I will be playing Due Diligence, who's the Warforged Wizard, and his job is to break the captain and make sure he has coffee.
Fantastic. And of course, last but not least, we have with us today, and I'm trying to find people's names. We have... Why won't it load? All right. Bottom left, zooming in. Chaotic Fabulous, nailed it.
Hey everybody.
I cannot tell you how many tabs I have open. Oh my god.
I'm Chaotic Fabulous. I'll be playing a dwarf cleric who likes to follow the letter of the law to the fullest, no matter what. Hoping to put some justice on these ne'er-do-wells in this fairy tale kingdom.
Fantastic. Oh, and we have Eldritch Warlock back with us today. How's it going, my friend?
It's going well. Going good. I'm excited to play this as Two Boots as a character. I've had it as a concept for a while, so excited to throw him in as a cop and see how that works out, because he's got a bit of a shady past.
Oh. Well, you'll probably fit right in with us, a bunch of ne'er-do-wells then. I will be playing Finbar, the half-elf bard. He's a terrible person, but he is the best policeman. And he knows the letter of the law and every rule. I think there are 4 rules at the moment. It seems like we make up a new one every week. But yeah, before we get started today, before we begin our adventures, you guys have a couple of things. The first of which is we are sponsored here today by FantasyGrounds.com, our virtual tabletop of choice. Maps, images, tokens, rolls will be on Fantasy Grounds. You can download it for free on Steam or on our website, FantasyGrounds.com. WinnerGames.co.uk are a go-to destination for tabletop board games, war games, and more at up to 20% off the retail value. And last but not least, when you retweet this tweet 20 times as a group, there will be a set of tabletop loot dice given away to you guys. Check those guys out. Last but not least, donate to affiliate game as well by giving players Nat 1s, Nat 20s, Wild Magic Surges, and this month, pets. Give us something terrible to look after, and we'll see how long it lives. I'll hand over to Susie to remind us a little bit about what happened last week on the show and to take us into tonight's episode of Once Upon a Time.
All right. So last week, the gang were tasked with finding out what happened to Agent Hood and other Granny's delivery people that had been going missing on the way back from Granny's factory, which, as you all knew to be, was the place where the best baked goodies in all of Thailandia were made. You had a run-in with Special Agent Charming, and he informed you that this was part of his special task force to help find out what has been going on at Granny's factory or on the way out from Granny's factory in the Whispering Woods. After some back and forth with Special Agent Charming and a very sad Officer Bob, who had had his donuts eaten by Finbar and the crew, the gang set out to take part in a sting. They dressed Sooty up as Agent Hidden, as a granny delivery person in the trademark red top, red cloak and wicker basket, and hid in the cart. Made their way to Granny's factory. On the way, they were ambushed by a strange man wearing badger furs who was muttering things about badgers and the great god Clooney as he attacked the group. He was swiftly apprehended, rendered immobile, and then thrown into a spike pit where he died a horrible, painful death. In the bottom of the pit, though, the gang did also find what appeared to be skeletal remains of other Granny's drivers. And so they made their way onto Granny's factory, where they met a bunch of disgruntled workers that seemed to be overworked and tired in a very grungy-looking, gross factory, and headed up to see Granny herself. They entered her office, took a seat on the overly plush sofa covered in doilies and little crocheted blankets, before a curtain was abruptly pulled back. I think it was by Marlene, or was it Sooty that pulled it back? One of the two.
It was me.
Sooty pulled back a curtain from which they were hearing Granny's voice speaking to them to find that Granny was in fact a wolf in Granny's clothing. After a fight ensued, in which quite a bit of damage was exchanged, grease was cast, flames were also cast, a wolf in Granny's clothing went up in flames. And then Marlene had the brilliant idea to put out the fire using flour, which, as we know, when flour is aerolized, causes explosions. As Marlene opened the bag and threw the flour into the air, a spark caused a huge explosion. The factory, the roof blew off the factory. The group were flung meters away into a nearby stream, half making it into the water, half not. And you made your way back to the precinct, where you managed to give Officer Bob the very last box of donuts to ever be made in Granny's factory before the Inferno. You were congratulated by Captain Colt for a job well done, and that's where we ended the session last week. This week, you find yourselves again once more in the bullpen, or the horse pen as it has been renamed, awaiting your next mission. It's been a few weeks since your encounter at Granny's. Your wounds have healed, broken bones have been reset, and life is it's a quiet lull once more again in the precinct. But today, however, the usual gang, Sooty, Finbar, Marlene, and Due Diligence, you see a couple of new faces in the office. People from different departments of the precinct have been drafted in to your department today. You don't know why? They don't quite know why, but you're all sat awkwardly waiting for your briefing.
It's almost like the captain doesn't trust us.
Strange. I mean, we just nail every single job, and yet these new people come in all the time, new management. I don't understand it.
Maybe they're here to learn from us. Maybe we're just the best group, and Captain Colt wants them to see how we do the job.
It's very likely.
True.
Actually.
I do
I think
have
we
a
might be
lot
the
of
only
wisdom
group.
to impart.
That
There's
seems
the
to
sound of
be
dot
the
matrix.
that seems to be the opposite of what I was told. I was told we had to come here to make you pull your boots up.
I don't wear boots.
I don't have boots.
I also, well, I do have a lot of boots, actually, but I have no need of you pulling them up for me. I have someone else do that.
I mean,
There's the
mine are
sound of a
kind of
dot matrix.
slacking.
There's the sound of a dot matrix printer, and 3 pamphlets come out, and you're each handed a pamphlet with a plain cover that says the stable rules.
What the hell is this?
The
What
rules.
did you give me? that for?
Rules.
So you know the rules.
Well, I mean, more often than not, I like to make my own rules, but I guess I should.
These are life
Yes,
and
this
death
time.
rules in the office, though, Mr.
Right.
Cats? We have cats
Can't
in the
call
office
them
now?
that. It's got a name.
You don't call me a fucking cat, please. That is.
Sensitivity training.
Yes, sensitivity
I'm not
training.
kink shaming, so I'm not breaking any rules.
She's
I think
not,
that's a new rule.
It's true.
It's
she's
true.
not wrong there.
It's looking like your plan, but you're not wrong. Anyway, I am two
Well,
boots.
the litter box
It
is
a pleasure
over in
to
the
meet you.
corner.
I don't need a litter box. Why do I always get
Look.
these comments? It's
I think we'd best leave it off. I think we're here to shadow you, you know, like we're here to like learn, kind of. But I kind of
Makes
don't
sense.
see the point. Like, you guys get yourself into trouble quite a lot.
We will teach you.
Well,
we
we
will not
always
get in
do
trouble.
this.
We solve cases.
We always get out of
I
trouble.
learn to get into trouble. I get into enough trouble on my own already. I don't need to be taught how to do it. Although you said,
Well,
getting
then
out
you're
of
here to
trouble
learn how to
sometimes-
get out of it.
That
You got
would
some
make
donuts
sense.
there.
Donuts. I suppose you can have some donuts, right, guys? A welcome gift.
They're
I
not
guess.
as good as the other donuts we used to have, but
Right.
there's also no wolves involved.
But there's also no ice cream cake left.
No.
Can I go and take a donut? So
Absolutely.
Due diligence will get a donut and hand it to you.
cool. So you see my little gnome form. I've got quite a long overcoat with slightly too long sleeves and loads of bottles. Slick back hair. It's kind of like boot polish. It's obviously an older gentleman, so I'm going to go and take one and just suspiciously take it and just chew it while staring at you.
It's kind of stale.
Great.
I
That sounds
assume-
really fantastic. I'm going to put it in the pocket.
I assume these are department purchased foods for our consumption and not any kind of external bribe meant to sway us in our duties.
What?
We only take bribes on Wednesdays.
Right.
What day is it
Wednesday
today?
bribe
Be a
day.
bribe. This is meant to be bribes.
Everything
not the
goes
best
to
of
Finbar.
bribes.
It's a bit like Taco Tuesday, but bribe Wednesday. You know.
I'm starting to
Shrove
see why I was
Wednesday.
sent here.
We just couldn't think of any alliteration for it.
Right. Didn't really work. You know.
I don't know my letters that well, so I think Wednesday and bribes are spelled the same.
Close enough.
It's got a silent B at the beginning of Wednesday.
Silent B in Wednesday. That's right. Yes.
Wednesday.
On Wednesdays, we do bribes.
Wednesday bribe day. Classic.
Okay, as Maylene says, on Wednesday we do bribes. Captain Colt makes his way into the office. You see he's wearing like a brace on his right leg, right horse leg. He
Wait,
comes kind
wait,
of semi-limping
right front,
into
right
the
rear?
office. Right front. Sorry, right front horse leg.
Oh no. I've learned what happens when horses get injured in their legs. Captain Colt,
Gee.
we're not gonna have to kill you, are we?
Shall I take you around back? I've got the gun. I mean,
That'd be Glue Thursdays.
there's a great shed back there. Right? Be quick.
I've heard the glue factory is always looking.
Always
I
hiring
started
me.
to really like you too.
Spread your glue like ashes.
He truly has been a stable influence on us.
It's too early for this.
He's taught me so many things, Captain Colt. I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
you.
You've not even asked him a question. He's just walked in a sling. He's not dying.
But all horses can't walk without broken legs.
Gonna have to put him.
Every
It's not
time I do
broken.
crafts, I will think of you.
Let the man speak, for Christ's sake.
We're detectives, Leech. We know what's
Yes,
going on. Here.
let him speak. Let him speak. We must let him speak.
He turns
Final
the rumors
testimony.
of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. It is just a sprain. I'm all right.
See?
I'm not quite ready
What if
for
it
the
gets
glue factory
infected?
yet. Sooty. It's not infected. It's a sprain.
Looks pretty infected.
How did you get that?
I tripped.
That makes sense.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused. How does a horse trip? Surely with 4 hooves you have more stability than us with 2 feet.
Well,
Have you seen
surely,
a horse on
Toots,
stairs?
you've been down Drury Lane and you've seen the sorry state of the cobblestones there. I was visiting the
That-
Muffin Men
that
for a
makes
coffee and a
sense.
biscuit, and I tripped on a cobblestone.
That makes sense, yes.
You know the
So-
Muffin Man?
I do know the Muffin Men.
The one that lives on Drury Lane?
The thing is, whereabouts
Yes,
on
Muffin
Drury
Men.
Lane?
Well,
And
Everyone says he lives there, but where?
Took a big lane.
Lane.
Yeah, it's a long place. How'd you find him?
there's a big sign. It's a coffee shop.
All right, sorry. I can tell you're feeling a little
Is
bit
that where the
angry.
donuts came from?
No, the donuts are in like a really blank, generic packaging. They are like sad-looking donuts. They're not the top-tier Granny's donuts that you were used to.
No nuts.
The Daddy's Donuts.
I've never
in
had a
fact.
donuts.
Rebranded.
The double D's.
Sir,
We love numbing on them double D's.
Especially the cream-filled ones.
Oh, come on.
Anyway,
I thought you mentioned
Nothing
you
saving.
did sensitivity training.
sir, why is it we've been transferred to this department? I'm curious to know.
Ah, yes. Well, you see, there's a particular case that has come across my desk, which requires more manpower, cat power, gnome power, dwarf power, whatever it is you'd like to say. You've heard of the Schwein brothers, yes?
I've heard
Yes.
rumours, yes.
no.
Faces of the crew says, how can the top detectives in Thailandia not know about the Schwein? It's been all over the papers. 2 of them are dead.
They're in
Walker and
comedy.
The
Jeffrey.
Shrine Brothers, are they the
I-
ones
I-
with the fezzes and the little cars?
I don't let Malene read the
No.
papers anymore.
They're the property magnates. 3
the pictures
brothers.
are all of dead people. I don't like it.
Magnets. Some kind of
Property.
construct, like a
Property-
warforged, like diligence.
Is that like those Earth magnets?
Right.
No, let me
The
The
read
ones that are
Yes.
for Earth?
Science.
They were 3 brothers in the real estate business. 2 of them are dead under mysterious circumstances.
The other brother did it. It's always family.
That may
Always.
be the case, due diligence, but we first have to investigate these 2 murders and protect the one remaining Schwein brother, Polko.
Do you know where he was last seen?
There is a new housing development that Polko is overseeing called the 1,000 Acre Wood. He has offices and a house he is living in there while they're being constructed. They're real cutting edge. Made
made
of
of brick?
stone and brick, reinforced. Really, really cutting edge. I must say, much better work than his other 2 brothers with their sticks and straw houses.
What does this man look like so we know who to interrogate?
As Leach
I
said,
thought he was a swine.
Oh, I forgot you'd not heard. Yeah, they're all pigs.
But we eat pigs.
I know,
No
but they
kink
get
shaming.
little
Rule number
toes and
2.
Kind of make them up, you know. I can't believe you've never heard of him.
But I just had bacon this morning. Is this one of those things where like I'm too connected to the situation of the murderers? Will I feel any empathy? I might be too close.
Only if you had the ham salad.
no, Maylene, the people pigs and the eating pigs are 2 very different species. They may look alike, but they are different. Rest assured, when you're eating your bacon and your ham salad sandwiches, they're not one and the same. That
So
would be
that's
mighty
not
unethical.
in the alley.
I was afraid that
That's
I did
convenient.
the murders on accident. It was a really scary moment. I didn't want to be in
I was
crime.
about to arrest you.
You're quite all right, Maylene. You did not eat the Schwein brothers. Unless you
At most,
did.
you'd have been an accessory, you know?
Right. 10 years.
So
I
these
like accessories.
these brothers, did they
Oh.
die in the same location or in their own houses?
In their own houses, suspiciously enough. Each murder was eerily similar too. The houses they were in were all but completely destroyed, appeared to have been blown down somehow in some strange manner. And the two brothers, were almost completely devoured by something.
Maybe you are an accessory, like a nice pair of earrings, Malene, or a hat or a brooch.
Oh
Who was the
no.
last person to see him alive?
I assume the brother Porco. He is the one that reported their disappearances.
Well,
Right.
He's
we
the
need to go and interrogate him immediately.
Indeed.
Or is he a victim just as much as his brothers?
Well, he's still alive. That doesn't make him a victim. If he
He
was
could be
dead,
next,
then he
though.
would be a victim.
Have we got
Well, if
officers
we
posted
interrogate
at his
him-
house?
Then he
There
won't be a
are
victim.
some officers. Officer Bob is currently posted at his house, but he has requested, and I have agreed to give him an escort wherever he needs to be, and that's your job.
Officer
You are
Bob
to
needs an
protect
escort?
Porco Schwein.
I'm out of the escort business, Captain.
Finbar
Okay, that
told
was
me
a-
I'm not allowed to be an escort either anymore. He says
Well,
I'm
then
not.
Finbar, I
good.
saw you last week on that corner.
That was
Where
that was
did you
someone that
guys
looked like
do your
me,
training?
but not me. I quickly cast an invisibility spell. I mean,
So the flyers are wrong.
all of them.
The flyers you had
Vicious
me
rumor.
print up and post.
Yes,
The floozy cards.
Yes.
that's.
I had
Anyway.
to change my ink cartridge after that.
So, Captain, are we
Sounds way
following
better.
these guys? So we're going with them.
Unfortunately so, yes, Leech.
Christ alive.
I know.
God, I agree with you, Leech.
No,
I
he's
agree.
dead.
But
2
that's
weeks
around.
ago, actually.
And do we need to investigate these other locations, the straw house and the wooden house, or do we just head straight to Porco's?
It might be worth looking at those on the way, just for any sort of clues or hints.
Are they seemingly on the same path? Will we come to the straw house first and then the stick house?
Yes,
before we
well,
reach
you
the stick
see-
house?
You see, the brothers may have had a disagreement and gone their separate ways a few years ago, but the land they did purchase was next to each other. So as you see, one brother dead, another brother fine, all in the same row.
Well,
Do you
let's
know
hope
if they
when we
got
get
on,
there, that
brothers?
doesn't change.
Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, well, let's hope that hasn't changed by the time we get there. Though it would wrap it up quite nicely. You know, one brother dead, the one brother dead. Nice symmetry to it.
Almost like a serial murder. Like the Kellogg's.
Oh my gosh, pig killers and serial killers are like the same things.
The Muffin Man. It was the brand.
Where does he live again?
I believe I'm pretty lame.
But where? I don't know. That's such a big place. There's like coffee shops, muffin houses, bakeries. Which one?
I don't know, but I just work here, man.
Gordon's
not
going to go
a
up to. Gordon's going to go up to a map. Gordon's going to go up to a map on the wall and see if he can put a pin in the location of the three pigs' houses, and then see if the Drury Lane Muffin coffee shop lines up perfectly with those pins with string to see if that's
Yes,
the
put a pin in
location
it.
it came from.
Wow.
We do that
Okay.
a lot. We put pins in it a
Does
lot.
he find any hint of a connection?
Almost as if it was designed that way for a joke. The houses and the Muffin Man make a perfect triangle.
Ah.
I think
And
we
in
found
the
our first
center
suspect.
is a fountain shaped like an eye.
What was
I don't
that?
see anything.
I
that
start
right?
shouting.
Triangulated the signal.
They said you were
the
good.
paper hats you make out of folded
Not
paper.
good.
I start making aluminum foil hats for everybody, like they're folded out of paper hats, handing them out.
Perhaps we should,
We're going to need these.
Perhaps we should visit this Muffin Man coffee shop on the way out of town. If it is connected, we might see something, and if not, we can at least pick up the captain a coffee.
Rule
Fine
number
idea,
one.
Grod.
The rule 1! Yay, they're learning, guys! See, we've done something already.
We're
They're
teaching
fitting
them
in
very
quite well, yes. Yes.
We're excellent teachers.
Right,
Only
shall we
Officer
go
Bob
then?
picked up this quickly. Yes, let us.
You're all quite done.
So,
All right, you're
Before we
dismissed.
go, Captain, just one question. Did the brothers get on? Is there any animosity?
They had a rather public falling out a few years ago. They couldn't agree on building materials.
Right, it's good to
Some
know.
code
Thank you.
violations here or there, some fake reports backwards and forth.
Was any of them telling porcupines?
Every one of them.
Ah,
Right, let's go and find this Muffin Man.
I wonder if I could do with a
Maybe
cup
he's
of warm
branched
milk.
out into pot pie.
Wait, so we're for sure now it's the Muffin Man? Let's go kill him. Sorry, Captain Colt, he broke your leg. We're gonna put you out to pasture, and then he killed 2 pigs. It's over for him.
bastards.
Can at least stop on
I'll
the
not
way
get away with
anyway.
I'll take a triple caramel macchiato, please, for the way back.
triple caramel macho
I have it.
mano. Okay.
Can horses eat caramel without getting a tummy ache?
Really, for the last time, I am not a horse.
I guess he's already dying.
Like
so-
chewing a cud.
It's his last drink.
Cud.
It's his
He
last
points
Last
at the
Supper.
door and just goes, ouch!
Okay. You know, that's how he always says goodbye to us. It's part of the working here.
Classic captain.
And
How did you guys make detective again?
How
My
did
mom
I
works
do?
in the forest.
Right.
I make detectives by taking bread and milk and you mash it all together and then you make these they're like dolmens.
That's cake. That's cake. Or bread.
I think I just got lost
that's-
one day. And
Shall we just head off? Go and find this he might
Whose
die.
head are we taking
He
off?
might get killed. We kinda need to go. Do you not think?
Yes.
I mean, off you shot first, probably. And then, it's not like it's pressing.
So
I agree.
how do we do this?
Finbar does the
Generally,
thinking.
do we go behind you or do we go first? How does it work?
Now, if we're meant to be
I mean-
shadowing them, surely we should be in their shadow. That's how it's
Right.
work, right?
Exactly.
Gordon walks
Plus,
out
if
the door.
anyone attacks us,
Well,
they
like
get hit
that
first.
close. Like that close. Like shadow close.
Yes.
I mean, it's called shadowing, is it not?
Oh, what if it's not sunny and he doesn't cast a shadow? Anyway, right, let's go.
Okay, so you all eventually make your way out of the PD into the streets of Thailandia, and Drury Lane is the hipster hotspot of Thailandia. It's full of little boutique cafes and little wine bars and charcuteries and vintage clothes shops. But it's pretty easy to find the Muffin Man, as it has a huge big sign, which is the very familiar logo of a man in white on a green background, holding up a tray with several muffins on it. And he's got a little chef hat on. And you see, it seems to be quite busy in here. There's all sorts of folk, elves, dwarves, humans. There's an ogre just sat sipping a teeny tiny little espresso in the corner.
How did we miss
Would
this
you
shop in the past?
Yeah.
I mean, it's-
Is this the place? Is this the? I walk past this all the
It's
time.
been
This is the
gentrified.
actual Muffin Man's. Well,
Ever
below
since
me.
the gentrified.
Well, I'm stunned. I feel alright, fool.
Yes, it is a bit humbling to realize that you've been walking past the very shop that you've been trying to find.
All right, you don't need to see it again. I just did.
Yeah.
You can
I
live
mean,
in a
you're so
city for
small.
years
I
and still
appreciate-
discover new things.
You know, like
Most of
those
the time
days
you
where you
can't
just
see
get
it for the
tourists
crowd.
again and just walk about. There's places that you don't go, and you're like, oh, actually, I quite like this. Yeah, I get you.
All right, are you guys going in?
Yep. Gordon's going to go in and he's going to get in the queue. He's going to get in the back of the
Okay,
queue.
yeah. So, Gordon, you walk in. There is quite a queue. It's being held up by a tall, thin, elven dude who is asking for many, many things in his tiny coffee, and the poor barista
I
is
arrest him.
You arrest him? Okay.
Well, for holding up the
Just
line. Yes.
immediately. Get him. Get him, boys.
This is a holdup.
Loitering.
I put manacles on him.
Caramelian
You're under arrest.
machination.
How many people are in
Excuse
there?
me. What?
Oh, sorry.
It's quite
You're
a
holding up
busy
the line,
shop.
sir. You're holding
Actually,
up the line,
everybody
sir.
who's
You're
in
under
here,
arrest.
roll me perception checks. Except for due diligence, who's currently arresting a man who's trying to get his coffee.
16.
14.
16,
20.
14, 20.
Ooh.
That's about right.
What'd you get?
I got a 10. It's about Maline's perception.
15.
Okay, so Gordon, you pretty sharp on this, and you notice in the corner there was a group of dwarven gentlemen kind of huddled around. They were drinking a coffee and chatting to each other, but as you guys entered, and especially as due diligence walked up and arrested the man for no reason, they kind of eye each other suspiciously, like what's going on, and then look at you guys, spot the handcuffs, and hightail it out of there.
Can I see them leave? I don't have a chance to stop them.
I mean, you see these looks they're exchanging with one another.
Okay.
So you
I'm
gotta.
going to- As they start to run, I want to cast command on the nearest one and say halt, forcing him to stop what he's doing and take no actions.
Okie doke, is that'll be a wisdom save, right?
Yeah, it's I'll just double check. It's a wisdom save, DC 15.
No, I got 14.
Stop where you are, and almost the power of his words has some kind of divine influence, and he has no choice but to freeze, whether the other two continue or not. Gordon
Yeah, so
won't
this
care,
one guy
so-
stops. The other two carry on booking it. And he just turns around and goes, "Yes, officer, how can I help you today?"
You seem a bit in a hurry to leave, and in my experience, people acting guilty often are. What's your problem with us here?
Acting guilty is in
Oh.
fact a crime, so
I left the
Same.
oven on, you see, and I knew that if I left the oven on, then this whole place will go up in flames, you see.
Do I think he's lying at all? Can I make an insight check?
Roll an
or-
insight check.
Okay. Uh, 19.
19. Okay, this dude is lying through his teeth.
Okay, I'm going to pick up my warhammer and say, this can go one of two ways, my friend. You can tell me the truth, or you can come with me, and not necessarily in one piece. What's going on? Why are you...
Big man, are you? I'm not afraid of you and your little stick.
why does
I want to
everyone
crack him
speak like
over
this
the
around
head
here?
with the side of the warhammer.
Is it just a coffee
Okay,
shop?
roll to attack.
I don't want
Makes
to
you
kill
sound like
him.
a criminal.
I just want to
We
Just
don't have a
give him-
warrant.
a bit of attack.
We don't have a warrant. That's rule number 3. I don't know.
I will take care of that and due diligence will...
Quick, write a warrant.
22 to hit, but I'm trying to
22
do
hits.
minimal, just like 1 point of damage across the temple, just to teach him a lesson.
Hit him for 30 points of non-lethal damage. Knock him into the next lifetime.
Do you want me to roll damage, or can I just say it's like the minimum? Kinda?
Yeah, if you want to just like lightly show him that you mean business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you walk over and you give him a good friendly police clobbering, and he turns to the
police show that they mean business.
He's going to fit Ryan.
Now I know that you're
just
real.
a bit of friendly
Oh,
police
he's definitely a
brutality.
policeman.
As you clobber him, he looks into the shop and goes, "Oh, get out your standing stones! Record this! Put this on the view so everybody can see what the TPD do to people they stop in the streets. Look at this brutality! I'm just a citizen minding my own business,
No,
and he comes
you are
over
not.
here with his hammer and whacks me one for nothing."
You're lying to me, and I asked you a question, and then you gave me cheek. That is a criminal offence in this town. Do you not know the law? Due diligence.
And you
What law does
keep
it break?
him when you call him short.
Excuse me, mate, but this is a free country. I can say what I want.
Oh, you can say what
No.
you want, my friend, but
No, it's not.
but you're interfering with the police investigation. You can say what you
I
want.
was
but
having a
think
coffee
about
with my friends, and then I was going down the street.
And
I'm not
then you
interfering
completely
with
decided to
anything.
bugger off. You decided to completely bugger off when we walked in and you saw that we were police. Is that correct then?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to be going to your schedule?
Yes.
Was I supposed to
That's
stay in
another
there
one.
while you guys were in there? What if I had my own shit to deal with?
There's a very simple way we can clear
You're
this
dealing
up.
with shit
and
in
I'll,
public.
I'll cast Zone of Truce
Gross.
on him. It's a
He's a
charisma
sassy
save.
one.
Needs to pass a charisma
Okay,
save
charisma
DC
save.
15. And if he
Oh,
fails,
that's a big fail.
he has to tell the truth. No matter what we ask him. So
All right, that's a big
I'll-
fail.
You are like the perfect interrogator. Where were you 2 episodes ago?
Right? We've just been guessing
are-
this whole time. I
My
never
friend-
know if they're telling the truth or not.
you now have two options. You can stay silent and impede on a police investigation, or you can speak and help us with what we're looking for. Why were you trying to leave here when we came in?
It's all right. I'll tell you. I'm carrying.
I want to
I've
poke
got-
you.
Carrying.
You're pregnant?
Herpes?
My God.
Congratulations! We'll get ice
Congratulations.
cream.
Get right
Let's
out of
say
here.
it is- let's say it is herpes, in which case I'm so sorry. But it is
No,
a
what
pregnant
sort
one.
of coppers are you? I've got snow on me. And you guys know that snow is like fantasy cocaine.
Ah, yes.
Oh my God.
We've heard
Hey,
about
can I
that
buy
drug
some?
lord Snow White.
Are you
Okay,
selling
There's
to
7
open
little
his-
henchmen.
Open his jacket with my warhammer and see where it is, and take it out, and I'll hand it to
He's-
whoever's nearest.
He's got basically like a brick of this
Whoa!
stuff.
I'll
Just kind
hold
of
on
tucked
to it
into
for
his
now.
jacket.
We have
I'll
to
give
make
the
that.
thing-
We have to put that in evidence first, Finbar. Then you can have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
remember
right,
it's
yep.
gotta sit until
there's
it's
certain
processed.
evidence. Yep,
As you
and
said,
then
you pull it out as
we'll
well.
do it.
It's stamped with a red apple on it.
Does that mean anything to us? The red apple? Is that?
It's apple flavored.
Roll me just general sort of intelligence checks. I think we might have lost Sean. He's frozen.
Oh no.
12 for me.
It was the snow. It's cold.
Just a 12 on the intelligence check.
I got a 21.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay, what did everybody get?
I only got the 4,
12.
so I don't think I know anything.
16 for Dew.
Mm-hmm. What'd you get, Will?
21 here.
6.
Okay, so Sooty, you, and Maylene, you guys know that there is an organized crime problem in Thailandia. And you know that it's headed up by a woman who goes by the name Snow White. And she goes by that name because of the product she sells, which is snow, which is the drugs. You also know that she's basically untouchable. Many, many people have tried to bring her down, but nothing has been able to stick just yet.
I can't believe Maleen knew something. Amazing.
We also know
And it's
that
about drugs.
she's kind of notorious because she's also hot too. So she's kind of one of those figures that are like, she's
That's why Maleen
criminal,
knows her.
but she's kind of got like a celebrity status around her. So that's probably why
I know
Maylene
that.
knows that. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean now.
Apples, applesauce, pigs, pork. It's all connected.
That makes sense now.
So I'm going to, after
Apple
finding
muffins.
this and handing it to Finbar, I'm going to push him to the ground and put manacles on him. And I'll say to the crowd, "Aye, get your sending stones out. See what happens when you deal drugs in this city." And then I'm going to arrest him.
You see tons of people like hanging out, like recording on these stones.
And I'll march the criminal out of the coffee shop. And I'll meet you back here in a moment once he's been processed, and I'll just head back
Can you take
down the road.
this one as well?
Which
And I
one?
hand you the elf who is holding up the line.
Oh.
This
Certainly.
poor elven man is just kind of stood bewildered with manacles on, and he's like, "Well, somebody help me! This is blatant discrimination. I was just getting a coffee. What? Somebody?
No, sir, you were
please?"
holding up the line. You were holding up the line.
Due diligence is a difference between doing a hold up and holding up the line. One is a crime, one is just being
I
an
mean,
asshole.
it is there.
A hold
though.
up is a hold up.
I can't go to jail. I can't go to
I
jail.
felt like it was probably a hate crime, so we should
You
arrest
can
him.
go to jail. It's very easy. We walk you down the street. The judge declares you guilty, and you go to jail. It's quite simple, sir. And I hand him
jail is
off
great.
to Grog.
Prison job.
He just starts crying as he's shepherded down the street to be arrested. and put
Aye,
in jail.
my wife cried when I arrested her. You will have no sympathy from me. And I'll
Oh
march him.
no.
I'll march him down the road, and then hastily return.
Okay, so you find yourselves back at the Muffin Man's, having arrested 2/3 of the customers there.
Congratulations, everyone.
Is it clearing
Our
out?
first mission, very successful.
Another job well done.
In fact, yes, the coffee shop is now suspiciously cleared out because nobody wants to be in here anymore in case they might get arrested.
Damn right.
How did
So-
you all make detective? And Glaston, how have you not been brought up on... do you know what? I don't want to deal with this right now. I'm just going to go get a warm saucer of milk.
Did you find the muffin?
Try the apple muffins with the powder on him. Very good.
And then later on,
Um,
we'll do all these drugs together. All right. Well, onwards. I mean,
Did we speak to the muffin man? Have you found anything out?
Not yet, no. I thought it best to wait for you to
didn't
return.
realize he was here.
Is there an actual muffin man? Do we know this, or is it just called the Muffin Man's shop?
It's just called the Muffin Man's. You heard that maybe once upon a time there was a Muffin Man, but this is a chain, and so there's just a very tired-looking student barista behind the bar saying, "Welcome to the Muffin Man's on Drury Lane. How can I help?"
Hey, can I get
I'll
a
have
warm
2
saucer
number
of milk?
9s.
So we got a saucer of milk, 2 number 9s. Do you want soy milk, almond milk, coconut milk, griffin milk?
Normal milk, as in a cow's
Cow milk?
milk. Why is there so
Okay, we
many
can do
different types
cow
of milk? Just cow milk, please.
But
Anybody
horse
else?
milk, is that a thing?
Rule number 2.
Horse milk is a thing, probably. Is horse milk a thing? No, it's not.
Oh. I want to get closer to our captain. Alright, I'll just take regular milk.
Taste the captain's milk.
No.
Exactly. Wanted to feel
I'll
closer
order
to
the,
that was your job.
I'll order the
No!
captain's drink, and then I'll just give this barista a few minutes of questions to see if he knows anything to do with the local the pig mystery, or if we're barking up the wrong tree.
Can I get a name for this order?
Yes,
Got a name
2
for-
boots.
2 boots.
Yes, 2 boots and
Original.
the 2 boots I'm wearing.
Slip her hands out to another barista. So, what are you guys doing in here?
getting coffee.
I mean,
Cool.
I kind
Just
of
like everyone else.
just blacked out.
Arresting criminals.
Where did you go, Leech?
I don't like.
I gave you some of those drugs. That's why.
Well, that's what they were. I thought they were sweets.
Yes. Great. Great stuff.
Pretty good.
It's the powdering on the apple muffins.
Oh, right.
The barista
Ah.
sighs heavily, goes, "No, that's a common rumor. It's just icing sugar."
You alright, pal? You're having a bad day.
Is that like the special glaze?
No. I don't know what the special glaze is. It's probably gross. I'm tired. You guys have just arrested 2 of my customers.
You're
All
welcome.
my other customers have left.
Well, then you can go home and have a sleep if that's your problem. Seems like we're sorry for you.
Right here.
I
By
can't
sleeping,
go
he's hit him with a
home.
hammer.
Why can't
Is
you
she
go
wearing a
home?
pork pie hat?
Well, much like all other employees of the Muffin Man, we're contractually obliged to serve 69 years here.
Why that
69.
specific number?
I don't
You've been
know.
here before, Finbar.
I'm gonna come here again.
It's,
so why do you
it's
have to
whatever.
serve-
It's in the
Listen.
contract, man. You should look before you sign contracts.
Don't tell
That
me
is
that,
very
I mean.
true.
Seems like
So-
you're
So-
taking your own advice.
So why did you arrest half my customers?
Listen,
What's
we're
going
looking
on?
into the Schwein brothers, the murders. You've heard of them, yes?
Oh, dude, yeah, I've been following it, yeah.
And we have reason to believe that this establishment might be in some way connected. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, shit. That'd be cool. I mean, no.
Right? That's what I thought.
Why do you work here? Why did you take the job if it was 69 years?
I needed the money, man.
It's pretty
Right,
funny as well, right? I mean,
I mean, when you see 69, you just sign, don't you?
you get
That's it. I saw 69. My mind kind of
Keys
went
in the
away from me
bowl,
a second. Before I knew it,
Are you
signed
related
the
to
contract.
Finbar?
I don't know. Are we
Possible.
related? Maybe.
I have a lot
He
of
has the same problem with
illegitimate children.
69.
Some call it a problem. Others call it an advantage. Isn't that right?
Oh,
Do I get the
true.
feeling that this guy is just, as he appears, he just seems not bothered really, and is bored, or is this a ruse maybe?
I didn't roll an insight check.
Cool. 18.
18. Okay, so this guy is kind of hiding behind like a I don't give a shit, man, sort of attitude, but he's actually super intrigued in this case, in what's been happening. He's trying to like play it off as being like a cool hipster barista guy, but he's kind of like into it.
He's a little bit into it.
A little bit into it.
Can
Kink
Leech
shaming.
lean on the counter and be like, look, pal, it seems that you know a little bit more than you're letting on, and I'm going to cast Charm Person.
Ooh, okay.
So that'd be 14 wisdom save.
That's a fail.
Right, I think. Have you seen anything weird going on here? Like, what do you know about the Muffin Man? What do you really know? Because we all know where he lives now, apparently. But, you know,
No,
you see, your
dude.
eyes seem to sparkle when the Pig Brothers were mentioned, you know?
Because from what I've heard, I mean, you've seen the kind of folks that come in here, right? You've seen the dwarves.
Right,
You know their connection, right?
What if I didn't? Would you be able to tell me? You know, let's humour me. We're friends now, right?
Look, some people say it's being a bit racist, but these dwarves, they all work for Snow White, and I know that because I've seen them.
That is an exaggeration. I have one cousin that worked for Snow White once, and he went to prison for a very long time.
See, wait, you're a dwarf, man. Yo, I get him checked. He's probably an inside man. Check him. But so what I've heard in the rumor mill, and you know what I pick up, you know, people don't pay much attention to you when you got a raggy cleaning some tables near some organized criminals. I've heard that the oldest, Paco, had some ties to Snow, and that he might have not been happy about his brothers going up in the industry. Might have been looking for a bit of outside help, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Elaborate.
Are you saying that?
I'm saying he's connected, man.
You're saying that the elder brother hired somebody to take out his younger brothers and competition. That's what you're saying.
But who would
And
he
I'm
hire?
saying
That's
the
it.
deal probably happened in here because I saw him come in. I saw him talk to some dwarves, all shifty in the corner. I saw a couple of, you know, pouches of gold being shifted across the table. You know, you see that from time to time, local guys, or, you know, this guy.
It sounds like you're a witness to a serious felony and you didn't come forward, is what it sounds like to me. I'm going to reach
Get
for
my
my
hammer
right.
out again.
I'm going
Not
to reach
what it
for my
sounded like to me,
manacles.
but it sounded
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna-
Look, man, if they found out I'd talk to you, that's my kneecaps gone, that's my mum's kneecaps gone, that's my dad's kneecaps gone, that's my hamster's kneecaps gone. These guys are
I tase
fucking
him.
mean.
I'm gonna
Well,
I take him.
People
Yeah,
are running
chucking
over.
grass.
He's just like twitching on the ground. Like, why?
What did you do
God,
that
Get the
why?
heck off him now.
I'm talking to you.
I only the kneecaps.
Why did you do that? He's singing like a
Look.
bird.
Look, what I'm saying is check out Paco. He's connected to organized crime, and it's probably sorted it.
Aye, we will. And if we find out that everything you say is true, then I'll have no alternative but to come higher and really take you in for questioning, as you seem to have known all what's going on. So let's hope you're
I'll sing
mistaken.
like a little birdie, man. I'll sing like a little birdie as long as you keep me safe from her and them goons.
We should take
We
him
make no
to check
promises.
his
It's bad on me,
custody.
then I'm done.
We can't even keep our captain safe from cobblestones. What makes you think we can keep you safe?
He sounds like he goes, "Oh, that's your captain." Oh, he ate shit this morning. He was so funny. Oh man,
tase
he's
him
big
again.
dude. Police uniform.
A man is dying here. Please, some sensitivity.
He's just on the floor twitching his due diligence. He's just firing electricity into his body.
Are there any witnesses to this outside? Like, is anyone looking in and seeing this horror show as we tase this innocent Muffin Man employee?
He's the
There's-
accessory. He's not innocent.
There's a little fairy that's peeked around the corner, and you only notice her because she goes, "Oh!" before she flies away.
All right, I think we better be getting off. Do you think? Has this gone
Aye.
too far?
Let's
Oh,
arrest him
no.
and get off.
I could go further, but yeah, getting off sounds good.
Finbar
Is
is an
the,
expert at getting up. That's what
Is
Malene
the
says.
I'm very
Is-
good at it.
is the employee like conscious?
Yes, he is.
Can I
yeah.
just Leech is going to go over and kneel down and be like, "How many years have you got left out of your 69? Just out of interest."
42.
Holy shit! Sorry,
Yeah.
pal. We can't help you here. And then he's going to go out.
Let's head to the straw house.
On to the next place. Arrest more criminals. We're doing
Okay.
great. We're on a roll.
I follow directly behind Leech.
We've solved so many crimes and committed
The most
a few.
effective police work you've done so far. I'm so proud of you all. So you make your way to the location of the straw house, which is in a development called the 1,000 Acre Woods, and you can see so because it has a big sign and it has like a cutesy sort of little like sign made up with like a little bear on it that's wearing a t-shirt for some reason, and so other small animals. But you can quickly see that this area has been completely destroyed by something. It's all cordoned off with sorts of wooden sort of barriers and tape. It's like police line do not cross tape all over. And you see stood at the entrance to, because you can see all the houses, you can see down the street, you can see the straw house destroyed, the stick house destroyed, and you can see the stone and brick house still standing, and stood firm outside the front door is Officer Bob in his too small police hat and his little uniform. And he kind of clocks you guys as you approach the street, and he says, "Hello everybody!"
Constable Bob.
Hello.
Hello. You alright, Bob? Long time no see.
Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hello.
Good to see you, Bob.
How you doing everybody? We all right?
What's doing?
Bob,
We have new ones.
how you? No one really asked that. How you? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good actually. I'm on my first protection
encouraging.
duty. I think I'm doing right well. My charge has not been killed yet, so let's strike that one up for a positive.
When did you last check on him,
Well,
by
we
the way?
hate to disappoint you.
Give me a second. And he sort of turns around and opens the door and goes, "He's all right."
Great work, Bob. Outstanding. Real class.
We're gonna go
Well
kill
done,
him
Bob.
now, Bob.
You've
And
kept someone
Emily
alive
walks
long
past
enough for
him.
us to kill him.
Maline just walks by him into the building when she says that.
What? Due diligence. Don't let Marlene kill him or bewitch him with her boobs, because she does that. You know, you've seen her do that.
Yes, I have. However, he has killed his brothers. It's
I think
always
it's
a
best.
family member.
I
It's
think
always
not.
a family member.
How do you
Always.
know?
It's
Have
always
you
a
got
family
the
member.
evidence?
I have
you
a
filled out
warrant.
that
When-
paperwork?
Stop thinking, Bob.
I have a
It's not
warrant.
healthy.
We've got more than that, Bob. We've got a hunch.
You were talking
And
to
when
the
you're
girl
real
with the
police-
eyes again, weren't you?
I was just saying, Bob. We've got a hunch, and when you're real police, you know, you've got to feel that bitter little twisty bit in your stomach that goes, "That's the sod that did it." You know?
Right.
Or it's a bad
And
pork
just go
pie.
gives you that.
Maybe.
Oh. Should I go
I
squish
think-
him then? If he did it? I mean, you know, we sort of collectively squished Jack after we killed them other giants, so we just gonna go squish this guy too.
Well, let's talk to him first and see what he knows.
And then
You have
maybe
to save the
squish
good
him.
bits for bacon.
Oh.
No, you don't eat them
All right.
ones.
Well, I'll stand guard out here and make sure nothing else comes and interrupts you while you're doing your important questioning. If you need anything, just scream and I will be there. And he
Very
gives
good,
you
Bob.
another very clumsy, awkward salute as he just sort of flicks his big meaty hand up to his head. All right. So, are you going into the brick house, or you want to check out the other houses first?
Oh,
Maline
yeah.
just marched right into this man's house.
Okay, so you've entered the house. It is a really nice house. It's well furnished. There's like a velvet covered chaise longue. There's a big bookcase, a nice fireplace. It's a very nicely furnished house, and looks very nice and secure. And you see, actually, as you enter, lounging on the chaise longue is Porco.
Does he have an apple in his mouth?
Rest
He
him.
does not. He's
Does
just
he
kind of
look-
lounging there, and he just kind of regards you as you enter, but sees that you are TPD officers and sort of just slouches back down.
How does he look? Does he look distraught or does he look chilled out, or
He looks really chilled out.
Not for
Melina's
long.
gonna cast.
Guilty.
Melina's gonna cast thaumaturgy to cause harmless tremors into the house of his ground to get him real riled up.
Okay.
At the
so
same
as
time,
you-
due diligence will cast detect thoughts.
Okay, so the floor begins to rattle as you make these minor tremors happen. And a few books fall off the bookcase, and Porco sort of falls off the chaise longue and sort of, it's coming for me, it's coming for me, Big Bad's coming for me. So, what is it for the detect thoughts? Is it a save?
Give me 2 seconds. I have to look that up.
Wait, who's coming for who?
He said, Big Bad is coming for me.
Oh, I didn't realize. Kind of relationship. All right, who is this big bad?
God damn it, Will. So we'll
read on it.
we'll resolve that in a moment.
Actually, just to learn the surface thoughts, it's nothing. Only if I probe deeper is it a wisdom save.
Gotcha.
So just his
So
surface
his
thoughts at the moment.
His surface thoughts are those of panic. He is thinking about this figure, Big Bad, and that's repeating a lot in his head, and he seems to be very, very afraid of that. He's also wondering who the hell you guys are. Although he knows you are TPD officers, he doesn't quite know who you are because he hasn't met you yet. But it's a lot of like fear and panic and right now in his head.
Is there
Let's
an
go ahead and
upstairs?
go deeper, see what happens.
It is a single-story building.
Okay. Can we see like an entrance to like another room?
Yeah. There's like a side door that leads off into like a little bedroom area, bathroom area, you would assume, because this is like an open plan sort of kitchen, living room kind of deal.
Studio.
A studio
Ooh,
flat.
fancy.
Can I go rustling
Bigger than
about?
my under the desk room.
Poor Sooty. You go rustling around
Yeah, I
in
want
his,
to
in
look
his
for some
room.
contraband.
Okay.
I'd like to go
anything
deeper into his
blink.
thoughts.
You make your way in there and says, excuse me, what do you think you're doing going into my private chambers? Excuse me, sir.
We have a warrant.
I'm,
We have a warrant.
And don't
I'm
worry,
gonna-
Leech is just looking to make sure there's no one here to harm you. We're just double checking the perimeter, you know. We
I'm
just
gonna
have to
do-
say,
Who
"Oh,
exactly
what
are
we
you?
want to go."
Who are you?
I'm
What do
going
you
to
We're
do
the
want?
best
minor
and the
erosion.
brightest of the TPD. And if you say one
Indeed.
thing wrong, mister, we're gonna fry you on the skillet. She's trying to use an intimidation.
Roll an intimidation check.
Yeah. The skillet.
Oh wow, I actually have a modifier.
Skillet is
for
really
this.
underused. We should use it more.
It really is. You know,
It'll be the
a
chops
good
for you.
iron cast skillet.
That's 21.
A 21 intimidation.
I guess a big demon-looking woman talking about frying him.
Frying and cooking him. He is terrifying. You see his little pig knees begin to shake. No, not the skillet, please. God. I imagine that's what happened to my dear brothers.
No, they were spit roast.
Do we believe?
Oh,
Is his remorse genuine? Does it seem like?
insight checks.
Having a
please,
spit
if
roast?
You'd like to. If you'd like to see
That
if
is
this
brother was
guy's-
spit roasted.
Roll number 2.
22.
Nice.
11.
Hot dang. So, with a 22 leech, this guy is definitely hamming it up.
I'm upset.
Mhm.
I feel wounded.
I know. That was bad.
He's had.
That's payback for all of our fucking around.
I know.
How long have you been sat on that?
So,
So he's making that up then. Right.
Yes. He's certainly exaggerating, shall we say.
So I'm gonna go up to him and give him a little beady no my and be like, "Look, pal, I don't buy your bullshit. Like, you better start talking. I see that lad over there with the hammer." And I point over at Gordon and be like, "He's the kind one out of this bunch, so you better start talking."
I'm gonna roll up behind Leech. We have mint jelly.
Oh God! Look.
And you know what Finbar's got in his bag? A lovely set of cooking tools. So you best start opening your mouth and telling us what's going on.
Oh, those aren't cooking tools.
What are they then? Just tools.
There you go.
It's for the 69 with the barista.
A lot of tools,
right.
various different.
I saw like
applications.
straps of like metal.
Listen,
Well,
Mr.
yes, naturally.
Mr. Schwein, we already know about Snow White. We already know about the people you met in the Muffin Man shop. We already know all this. We can't protect you if you don't help us.
Excuse me, sir. I'm an honest businessman.
Are you calling me a
Detect
liar?
thoughts.
There's no such thing. So.
Detect thoughts. Oh, he's lying. And it's right at the front of his mind, going, "Fuck, they know."
I mean,
I tase it.
We are the fucking fort police. How fucking terrifying are we?
at this point,
I tase him. You're lying.
At this point, we know you've had a hand in this, and your guilt is just to be measured. It can be the worst possible punishment, or it can be less severe methods, but we need to know what you know.
Let's start getting
I'm a
killed.
real pickle with those pig's feet.
Okay, so as you say this, due diligence reaches down and grabs him and does shocking grasp. There's a heavy thud as he hits the ground. Bob sticks his head. He goes, "Oh," and shuts the door again as he sees the scene as you guys crowded around this guy on the floor being tased. And he looks up at you and says, "My trousers are clean in this. I didn't order anything. I didn't ask anything."
Who is Big Bad?
He's Snow's henchman. He's her number one assassin. He comes and collects debts and will sort things out. If one is sorry, if pardon the expression, squealing like a pig, he will come and
We're coppers.
sort you.
Nope.
Not pigs.
That's rude and Acre.
Yeah, I do believe that you're the one hogging the limelight here.
What's that to do?
Thank you.
So, how do you know of this Big Bad's involvement? Did you hire them?
No. Honestly, look, I had to go through Snow a little while ago to get some building materials, and she said once I paid her, that was it. She was done. But then I had to ask her another favor, and then, well, my brother started dying.
It was your fault.
We
Well,
knew
so
you were
when-
guilty.
Cast,
It's always the
Believe it.
family.
she's gonna cast thaumaturgy and change all of the flames in this house to like a big brilliant like blue for a second, just like as a emphasis on the moment. She goes, "It's your fault."
He just starts like squealing, like literally just pig squealing in panic on the floor. His little trotters are like flapping in the air in panic.
Is it awful to listen to?
It is. It's awful.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking that pig-shaped bullet, Madam Gandalf, because I wasn't going to do that sound.
It's okay, you know. I bear resemblance. It's fine.
You know what, everyone?
Don't worry.
I might have an idea. I might have an idea of how we could get this Big Bad, since he seems to be the criminal we're looking for. Why don't we just withdraw all obvious police presence from this home, let him come and get a Porco here. This Porco is at fault and
Bait.
probably his target.
Trap.
We use him
I
as
like it.
bait. Yes. And if he happens to get injured, well, he is at fault, so
He
that's
is a
his
criminal.
punishment. Exactly.
Like the man we threw in the pit.
But if he dies,
Yes.
then we lose.
But he
our
was a holy
witness,
man.
we lose his
Look,
testimony.
Look, if you protect me,
No, we have the
I will give
barista.
you everything you need to take Snow down. I will.
What
I will
if
make
we?
deals.
What if we could dress somebody up like Porco?
I can help you do that.
Oh my
The
gosh, and you're almost the
disguise.
same size, Leech. Are you gonna do it?
No, wait, I didn't say I'd do it.
Oh my
That would
gosh,
be
let's dress
cute.
up Leech like a piggy
That would-
boy. Oh,
That's
let's
gonna be
do
so
Like,
cute.
it.
I'd do it.
Oh my
Sounds
god.
like a
Malene
volunteer
starts
of
to
the
walk. Malene starts walking over to Leech all excited, like, ooh.
Like when you dress up babies in different costumes, just so much cuter. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
Do not worry, Leech. I will be here to protect you. I will hide, and I will stay
I'm-
close, and
I-
I will protect you.
Right. I guess like I'm the smallest though, aren't I? Am I a similar size? I'm a similar size to...
It would be between you and Grodin. Like he's a chunky boy, halfling sized. So it's like an in between. Either one of you could pull it off.
Right. I'll do it. Seems that you, with the hammer, you'll be more needed elsewhere. I'll dress up like a pig if it helps to solve the case. But if you tell anyone back at the precinct, I will gut you. I will make sure it's my life mission to rain down pain on your ancestors.
Leech, if it makes you feel any better, remember back to that job we pulled about 10 years ago? This is my revenge, basically. It's your turn to dress up.
What, you mean the one with the rocking horse? That was not my fault.
Don't talk about it. Remember, we swore we would never speak of it again.
Right, never speak about the rocking horse, fine. I guess I'll be
Is
a
that
pig
rule
then.
number 5?
Don't speak
Is
about
rule
the
5 we
rocking
don't talk
horse.
about the rocking horse?
Don't
Yes,
speak
I
of
want
yes.
to talk about
it
the
is
rocking
now.
horse, to be honest.
Don't
I
speak
can't
about
even.
the rocking
We,
horse.
we cannot
What do
speak
you
of
want to talk
the.
about now?
I can't even say the words now.
You know something about the rocking horse case from 10 years ago?
Don't
That
mention
was the one case that got away.
You cannot
The
speak
one
of it.
case that I couldn't do. And you know it's
case
right.
that makes
Already
you,
new
and the
pamphlet.
case that breaks you.
There are already new
I don't know what
pamphlets coming up.
happened, but the
One
voice in
last
my head
case.
said it was a great show.
Just as it gallops away, it comes right back. Fine, I'll dress up like a pig. If that's what we're doing, I'll dress up like a pig.
It's gonna be cute.
Is there? Do we think there's any benefit in checking out these other crime scenes to see what we're up against?
None at all.
Can we do? If we do that, can we do it before my pig, please? So I'm not going outside because Bob will tell everyone. You know what he's like. He'll just see,
You know-
oh, Leech was a pig.
Bob is a terrible rumor monger, and he spread a lot of rumors about us that it seems like may I have spread. I didn't. It was definitely Bob.
But this will be true.
It was the girl who was always watching the desk.
Christ, what have I signed up for?
So,
Right, I'll do it.
so just to reiterate, so are you disguising yourself as this pig or another pig?
What do we think? Similar, I guess.
Because
Porco.
Does he-
I can
does he-
lend you some jackets and some pillows, and you could be me.
I
So-
have a plan.
I've
My
got
plans
a
are all
I could
disguised.
come with you.
Not gonna cut it.
I could wild shape into another pig, so you could become
And then
a
you
pig
could-
pal.
I mean, that
And,
sounds
and,
that sounds
and
way
then-
better
and
than
then-
my idea. Go.
and
What
then
are you saying,
we can
Marlene?
we have pigs because realistically you won't be able to match that beautiful mug right there, that beautiful sausage face right there. And she points to Porker because she's like been staring at him
He's
like her
already got the
canines
nose
are
for
just
years.
ready. She's so excited by the existence of this talking dinner. So perhaps you won't be able to look just like him, but maybe you can look like an employee or a cousin, and then we can talk to Big Bad and say we're gonna pay off the remaining debt. Sending a
Right.
friend.
So the plan is, I'm gonna dress up like a pig. Right, we've got that, yeah.
Yes.
And I'll wait till this big bad turns up. Pretend to be an employee or a cousin. and then just wait it out. What are you guys gonna do?
We're going to kill Big Bad.
I will be here guarding you.
Right.
You will
So,
stake out the place.
so I've got a disguise kit.
Mm-hmm.
How well is that gonna do? Disguising me as a pig?
Well, I reckon with the disguise kit, it will come with like stuff to make like noses and ears, right? So
Yeah.
you could like fake if for example you waited until nighttime. You could like make a passable sort of pig disguise. Like for example, if he was like in bed, you could like, use what you've got to make a little.
Maybe if
Like Granny did.
Pigs in blankets.
Leech already has the cute little turned up nose, so that's.
I feel like
It's
this is
true.
a trend. You
You're
know,
like a little snack already.
I fucking kill all of
Like,
these.
okay.
Right.
So, which one
Um,
of us? I mean, you're a rogue, right? So you're good at the disguisey thing.
Yeah, I'm not bad. But before we do this, can we just ask Porco? Like, when does this big bad turn up? Because we might be waiting quite a long time, and has he a certain time that he turns up? Or you got a way of calling him?
Well, he usually waits until it's dark and then there's nobody to see, but you will know he's here. He likes to make his presence known.
Is he just
Well,
like
Should we
we?
send Bob home?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll go
always.
send Bob home.
Should we
Moline's gonna go
send-
out the door.
Should we send Porco with Bob? Take him to the station so he's safe there and he can be used against Snow White at a later date.
For interview
I like that
purposes.
idea. Yes.
Witness
any trouble?
protection.
Witness
just
protection, yeah.
remember.
Yes.
Witness protection.
Just remember,
Please.
Porker, the voices in my head have come up with about 50 different ways to skin you alive, so don't fuck up. And she's gonna walk out the door with a super big grin on her. She's so excited. She's going, Bob, time to take Porco to the station for safety.
Okay, she is
Bob-
terrifying. She is
There are times
terrifying.
there are times where I love her. Most of the time, she terrifies me, but right now, she's on
She's
point.
quite scary. And Porco sort
gonna
of
eat you.
like
One way or another.
very-
She's our witness
very
protection
nervously trots out towards the front.
Wait.
And you hear Bob say, "Come on then, little piggy, off we go to the police house." And you hear a squeal as Bob picks up Porco under his arm and just walks off.
God damn, I hate him. But god damn it, I respect him.
What time is it? What time is it now? Do we think we've got a few hours till nightfall, or?
There's a couple of hours till nightfall. You could easily make your preparations before nightfall.
Should we check out these other houses and see if we can get a MO, or should we
I'm
set
gonna wait
some
here.
traps?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
wait
done for the
here.
evening.
Okay,
So
so
technically, these aren't my hours. So
Leech would have to stay behind to make his disguise.
Yep.
So Gordon, you're gonna go check out the other houses.
I'll,
Is anybody
quickly
going
just
with
put
Grog?
my hands up. Yeah, I'll give him a hand.
Okay. So Two Boots and Grodden, you guys set out to look at the other houses. I would like investigation checks, please.
The magic item I took was the Eyes of Minute Seeing, which I think gives me some kind of boost on
Ooh.
that kind of thing. I'll just check what they do.
I only got to 11.
I have a much better than normal range. I have advantage on investigation checks if I'm studying an area up close. So if I go
sweet.
there and start looking at looking at the ground, looking at the materials, I'll do that. So how do I do advantage?
I think this is just like a button you can click that says add in the bottom.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's 12 with advantage.
Okie dokie. So
the first.
So you guys make your way out into the street and you approach the first house right at the bottom. So you like go from the bottom and work your way back up to the top. And you see that this is it's not a badly made house by any shout. I mean, it's mostly in pieces now, so I guess it was badly made. But you can see from the foundations, it wasn't too shabbily constructed. It was quite a nice house. The main component of it was straw and hay and bales, all sort of like bunched together to make walls. I feel like if this thing hadn't happened, whatever happened to this house, it would have been quite a nice little place to live for a while. But as you're digging around and investigating, you see that there doesn't appear to be any sort of tool marks on what remains of the structure of this house. There's no sort of visible like axe nicks or anything that looks like a hammer impact, anything by, with the rubble around, straw rubble. There doesn't appear to be anything that would give away the fact that this was knocked down by any sort of implement. The area around this house is quite muddy and churned up, as if a lot of foot traffic has come through here, and you're not entirely sure if that was because of the construction or because of the police presence afterwards. But this area appears to be quite busy in terms of foot traffic.
Is there an area where they found the body? Is there like a pig-shaped white chalk line around anywhere? Or?
In fact, there is a little piggy chalk line inside the house. It's right in the middle of the house, and it's amidst a very dark stain on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna kneel down and look at it, and then I'm gonna stand up and take off my spectacles and say, "Looks like it was the straw that broke the piggy's back."
Yeah.
Glodon, I know we don't really know each other. Don't do that again, please. I beg you, just don't.
2 boots, I've already got one in my head for the stick house. I've got to.
Very well, but no more after that. I'll give you one more.
No, not unless the brick house gets knocked down. Okay, it doesn't look like we're going to find anything else here, so let's go check out the stick house and get back.
Okay, so roll me another investigation check for the stick house.
Okay, with my glasses on again.
Okay, I got a 17.
24.
Ooh. Okay, so this time, having checked out the previous crime scene, you're aware of common factors. Again, there doesn't appear to have been a weapon or an implement used to break this house down. There is another piggy chalk line in the middle. This piggy chalk line is, however, missing 2 feet and a big chunk out of the back. However, as you're digging around, you notice that there are some common footprints here, and they don't seem as though they're super fresh, and they appear to be all almost uniform in size. However, you can tell by looking at them, and especially you, Gordon, with your specs, that they clearly belong to different people, as the treads on them are slightly different, and the weight distribution in these footprints are slightly different. And there appears to have been 7 in total, 7 unique sets of footprints that you've been able to detect.
Can I put my foot on top of one of the prints and see if it's roughly the same kind of size?
It is.
Looks like we might be dealing with dwarves. Though it pains me to see it.
Hey,
The sticks and stones broke. Sticks and stones broke this piggy's bones. So perhaps it's not a big
that
bad.
was better.
We're after.
That was better this time.
I wasn't sure about the stones part. It doesn't really make sense. But now there's a dwarven connection. It's not too bad, I suppose. I'll work on it later.
Yeah, it kind of fits together. It could have been better, but I'll give you about a 3 out of 10.
Right. Okay, that's fair enough. So does the footprints look like they just sort of have wandered around this area after the accident, after the building came down?
It looks like they're also in the house.
So they may have been there first.
So it might not be one big bad, but a big bad group.
Aye. I think we should go back and tell the others what we found out.
Or we could make it a surprise. Nope, not told them at all. They expect one thing, then 7 turn up. It's always a big surprise.
That's not how police work works, Two Boots. You don't surprise your colleagues with a different murderer.
That's fair enough. I was getting lost in my past. You know, there was one time, there was one job we were doing.
Don't tell me or I will arrest you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Long story short, let's just say my partner got surprised and he went down. I didn't. I won. Okay, let's go.
We'll head back to the house, the brick house.
Okay, so as you make your way to the brick house, you find Leech in the middle of finalizing his piggy costume. What are the rest of you doing whilst this is happening?
Like, do I look stupid, Finbar? To be honest, like, do these ears do they look good or not?
I think you look great, actually.
Are you just saying that?
You've got nothing to worry about. And I just put this together based on everything that I had in my toolkit. Just so happened that I had, the pig costume ready, which was lucky for us.
I mean,
you never know.
Right. Never know when you're going to need it. That's why I carry it around in my
Finbar's
toolkit.
always prepared for everybody's kinks.
Absolutely. I mean, that's rule number 2,
we're
Are we ready
taking
for
them
it?
all off today.
Right. Nothing to be ashamed of. Looking great. Better, in fact. I'd say it's an improvement.
I'm steady on, pal.
It's one man's opinion.
Alright, sorry, it's rule 2. Better not shame your kink.
Right. Thanks.
Good God.
You should see him
Well,
dance.
I'm ready for the... ready
It's
for
like the
murderer to
first
show up.
episode of Black Mirror all over again. The very first one.
That is not happening to me, and anyone lays
don't.
a hand on me and I'll break it from this.
Was the princess in that? It was called Susanna, and that was a weird episode for me to watch.
Close to home.
All
How
right.
good, on a scale of 1 to pig, how good do I look?
Well, if you roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage, we'll see on a scale of 1 to oink how good you look.
I'd say he's gone whole hog.
Does that work? Did that work?
You have to roll it into the chat box.
Okay, cool.
19. Yeah, you are one convincing piggy.
I'd say
Amazing.
you're looking pretty pancetta right now.
Thanks, I guess. When you start police academy and they say you'll bring in the cases, you'll get the glory, and you look in the mirror and you're a pig.
Well, you could go to market. No, you have to stay home.
There are a lot worse costumes in this bag.
I mean, it's one way to bring home the bacon.
I love puns.
This is what you've reduced me to? This is who I am now.
You're just crackling with him.
Oh,
I'm going to be sick.
that was terrible. Okay. Are there any last preparations or anything you might want to brief teammates on potential villains?
So Gordon walks back in with Two Boots.
As soon as I walk in the door, it's just, surprise! Guess what? We got 6 more joining us this evening.
What?
Great. New recruits?
No,
Well,
there's
it's-
71.
It
Dwarfs.
seems like, at the crime scenes, we found the evidence that at least 7 dwarves were present, either at the time or shortly before the houses got destroyed, which could mean that wherever this big bad is, it's not one person, it's a group. But we didn't see any evidence of how the houses got destroyed, so could be
Hey, there was
magical.
no sign of implement used, but other than that, we have no idea how the houses got destroyed.
I mean, we could have asked Porco, but we kind of let him go.
That's true. But that said, the mystery makes this all the more exciting. You know, we don't know or felt when it happens to us. So much more exciting than just sitting and waiting and knowing exactly what's going to happen. That's just boring. I mean, it's good police work, but it's boring.
I mean, I'd quite like boring right now, as Leech looks at you with his hands on his hips, dressed as a little pig.
And by the way, Leech, you look magnificent. And this is perfect revenge for the rocking horse.
If you look at me again, I'll cut
We don't
your
speak
eyeballs
of that.
We don't speak of the rocking horse, we said.
My apologies.
Rule number 5.
Rule number 5.
It's on the pamphlet. Please check your pamphlet.
Right. So, what's the plan? Am I getting in position somehow? Am I like, where do you reckon he's going to come in? Is he going to come in through a window, through a door?
Would you like a window?
For your back doors.
If it's the dwarves, then they certainly got into the house and walked around in the other places. So maybe we need to be either hidden in the house or outside the house and just leave you on your own there, Leech, to be.
Why don't we all hide in the closet or under the bed or something?
I might have something to help with this. A former leaveover from a less glamorous time of my life. I'm going to reach into a pouch and pull out a small bag of white powder and say,
contraband.
Not quite, although I didn't get it by completely legal means. I mean, at that time I wasn't completely legal, but that's beside the point. Let's just say this would help anyone within 10 feet of me disappear for a short amount of time.
Oh.
All right.
And since Porco said that the big bad announces themselves, or himself, or theirself, then we have time to ensure that we disappear from view.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. I like it.
Yes. Yeah, I managed to get my paws on quite a few nice pieces of art this way.
Don't tell MC Hammer over there.
What was that?
I didn't say nothing, mate.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
So
We're not telling you a thing.
So you want me to recline on the Shaylong? You guys will get in the bed, do the dust. We'll wait for the big bad. I think we need a signal that I'll give you.
Finbar,
just
isn't
in
that
case.
a Friday night at your house?
Like a safe word.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody on the bed doing dust with a safe word. Yes, Friday nights at Finbar.
Standard practice, everybody. Let's go.
Why don't I ever get invited to Friday nights at Finbar's?
Your Thursday. Tonight, in fact. But we have to make an exception because we're on a case. So, come on, everyone. One at a time.
So,
Due diligence just squats down and looks like a trash can.
What is this? What is this safe word? I regret asking already.
Formaldehyde!
I was thinking nothing. That could come up quite easily, I guess.
I mean, mine in the past has always been canine. I hate canines.
I don't often use safe words, so I don't understand. I'll just go with what you go with.
Really, they're optional. I think we'll know. Sometimes you know, right? So I like
You know what? Just caw. Just caw like a crow. Just go caw! And we'll come running.
Right.
Squeal like a
You
little
squeal like a pig.
Like a little sausage baby.
Squeal like a pig.
Yum.
Right. Oh, okay. Fine.
Banjo start playing in the background.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, careful. I live in Alabama. You might start summoning people. That's how that works. They hear the banjos. They start knocking on my door like, hello? Did you call us for our annual meeting? Roll Tide, by the way.
It's a summoning spell.
Okay, so, Leech, you've set yourself in position. You're reclining fantastically on the chaise longue. The rest of you, are you all in the bed? Oh, under the bed?
Due diligence is squatting in the court. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else, so get in my bed. Right now.
Everybody else get into bed with Finbar.
This is
Okay,
nothing
Tubert, are you
new.
doing... Are you doing the dust now?
This is routine now.
No, it doesn't last that long. I'll wait until the last moment to use it.
Okie doke. So you guys are all huddled in the bed. It is now nighttime. And things are eerily quiet in the Thousand Acre Wood. Before long, you hear what appears to be footsteps outside the front of the house. It sounds like singular footsteps. There's a knock at the door. Dun dun dun.
It could be room service. I ordered a bunch of stuff for us. It's like underneath the covers.
Is there any singing?
It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. I ordered some ice cubes. For the bed.
Do you do anything?
Should I use the dust now? Yes, no.
Aye, maybe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
After a moment of not answering, you hear, little peg, let me come in.
That's
Okay,
definitely a
I'll
dwarf.
I'll throw the dust up into the air, and as it settles around us, everyone on the bed, due diligence, and the bed itself disappears from view
Gone.
for 7 minutes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I need this dust.
Does that get broken by? Does it add like invisibility spell? Does that get
Yeah.
broken if you do an attack?
Yeah, so attack or casting a spell will break it.
Cool.
But it's individualized, so it doesn't break it for everyone.
Gotcha. So again, boom, 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 on the door.
Is anybody good at imitating Porco's voice?
Hello.
That was his job.
Go. You've got this, Leech.
Little peg, let me come in. Dum, 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 dum.
So polite.
I'm just going to stay there.
I'd cast a
Jesus.
spell, but then I wouldn't. Ooh. Can I use Horus, my friendly, familiar spider, to go
Didn't
open
bring
the door?
Horace in here.
I
did you?
always. Horus, like, climbs out. You can just see him crawling over the bed.
How many times
hops
Horace
down.
is not allowed in the bed? It's gross.
He's my friend.
Horus is a spider. I'm not sure how good spiders are at opening doors.
He's
No
a
kink shaming
powerful,
so far.
intelligent spider.
It might be a powerful, intelligent spider.
I tell you
don't
what,
know
if
he's
spiders can
strong
fucking open doors, then I'm fucking terrified. Because
enough. I'm done.
I do not need that nightmare fuel.
Okay, no. So
I don't know the
this is how we'll-
intelligence of Maya.
So you send Horace scuttling for the door, and as you do, you hear this voice say, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your door in." And you hear a huge
doors in.
thud as something makes an impact with the house, but it doesn't move. There's a sort of shudder as things do kind of shake a little, but the house remains firm.
Is there a window or something that would look out onto the front?
Yeah,
I can do that for you.
Yeah, if you check out the window, you can see what appears to be a extremely large wolf stood at the front door.
I'll turn back to the group and say, okay, I may have been wrong. It might just be the one person coming to meet us this night. A big wolf. Which I hate, by the way. And
Shall we
my
go and
forehead
arrest him?
has puffed up.
Well, let him in, then we can kill him.
Yes, that
We
way.
let
Let's
him
wait
in.
until he does a crime. Because he's just knocking on the door at the moment.
If we have to let him start killing Leech, and when he does, it's definitely a crime.
I cannot allow that to happen.
We have to entrap him. Come on, police entrapment. Rule number 1. Wait, rule number 5.
Not allow him
Entrap
to harm
them.
Leech.
No, that's 6.
He cannot.
5 is don't mention the rocking horse.
Oh, right, yes.
So
fucking
that's number
bullshit.
6.
I'll open it. It's fine. He won't.
Believe-
It's fine.
Yeah, no.
To break it first.
I'm totally
That's the whole
with it.
point of this. And they're gonna grab onto people to stop moving. Stay in this bed.
Can I go over and over?
It's super creepy. No one's leaving this bed. Get the door, Leech.
Okay, so Leech, you go up and open the door. You just sort of waddle over in your pig costume. And you open the door. And you see before you an extremely large wolf that has glowing red eyes and like a dripping jaw. There you are, little pig.
And I'm going to say, "We've got you, Sonny Jim," and cast colour spray right in his eyes.
That's the mace of the D&D.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
give me a
does
sec.
colour spray do?
6d10. Give me a sec.
A resplendent
Basically, it's meant to be for loads of people, but starting with the creature, there's the lowest current hit points. Each creature is affected by this spell is blinded until the spell ends. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit points. So I guess it just hit him, just blind him. Unless there's
Okay. Well, it's like a hit point total number, right?
Mhm.
So roll what it says for the hit points.
Well, thanks to Dorian Drake's given Gwadden a pet, I've forwarded that info to you, Susie.
Oh, let's have a
And I got
look.
one more. So 18.
Okay, cool. Okay. Gordon, as you are in this bed, sort of trying to awkwardly not look at Finbar and Maylene and whatever's happening there, you feel
Spiders, apparently.
a presence just kind of sit on your shoulder, and you hear a little voice say, "Hey, Gordon."
What? What sorcery is this?
Well, don't quite know about the timing, but I'm a new ally of yours. I work for you now, boss.
And you see a tiny little pixie. She's a blonde, a blonde female rogue.
Oh. Well, who sent you here?
Well, the big guy, the big boss.
Do I have any clue who this is or why they're here?
Your deity.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Well, the boss, the other boss, not you, boss, said that you've been such a good avatar for justice that you need a little help.
Well then help. Can you scout around the house and see if anyone else is coming or if it's just this wolf creature?
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
And again, gives you a little salute and then scouts off.
Did anyone else see
thing
that?
ever.
Or did they just see me talking to myself?
Did we see it, or can we
Yeah,
try
man.
to see it?
It's funnier if you guys don't see it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I've snapped
Yeah,
it.
I'll
Either
throw
way,
it
it's
to you.
fine. Also, big fan of Pumpkinberry for the raid. Welcome in, guys. Hello. We're in a bed.
You know,
And there's a big bad wolf.
So now we
okay,
have Maylene talking to herself, Groudon talking to herself. I feel a little jealous.
No,
I
I'm
don't
talking
really
to
like
Myself, I
myself.
talk to the powerful voices inside of my head. It's different.
Right.
I was talking to an avatar of justice. Don't worry. We're gonna be fine.
Did my
Let's go see.
mace work?
I don't feel any better
Talking to a god, an avatar of justice.
at all.
So the pixie, whose name is Ella, by the way, she would tell you that, goes off to investigate what's happening, and she arrives at the scene just as Leech blasts this werewolf with the color spray, and you see her go, "Ah, fuck my eyes!" as he drifts back, pulls up a big paw, and I would like you to roll me an
It's a safe
investigation
word.
check,
Come on,
Leech.
attack.
Go, Leech, go!
So 1 second. $25.
25. Okay, you can see there's something not quite right about this wolf. It has seams and a zipper running down its body.
Cool. Can I just try and push it over?
What we'll do is, because you have done an action with blasting it with color spray, we will roll initiative. So the way I usually roll initiative is I ask everybody to roll, and then I'll run down from 25, and then so I'll ask you values between 25 to 20. So when I ask if you have a number between those values, let me know. It just makes it a bit easier for me to fill in my initiative counter. So let me just roll for...
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby, do you know what that's worth?
That's not the time.
Taylor is a person on earth.
But give us away. As soon as I hear, fuck my eyes, Finbar's moving.
Okay, do we
You
have
to tell me twice?
25 to 20?
23.
23.
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20 from Finbar.
It's filthy.
20 to 15?
I got 15.
So it's a 17 from Due Diligence and a 15 from Two Boots.
Yep.
Okay. So that's Due and Two Boots. 15 to 10. Nobody? Yikes.
Yikes.
10 to 5?
I got an 8.
An 8 from Marlene.
Malene was told not to leave the bed, so she wasn't going anywhere.
And Gordon got a 2.
And I got a 1.
Sorry.
So Gordon trips over City as they try and get up, and they just both fall on top of each other. I guess.
Saucy over here with our short little partakers.
Right.
Okay, so top of the round is Leech.
So, seeing the wolf thing reel back, I'm gonna try and stab it with a rapier.
Okay.
Would I get advantage on that because he's blinded? Maybe.
Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how the blinded condition works. Let me just double check. Sorry for my extremely loud keyboard. Blinded. Yes, you do.
Cool. I'm gonna go sneak attack.
Oh, no.
Oh, hang on, that just fell out. So that's 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Nice. Cool. So that's 4 points of piercing damage, and then that is 11 points of sneak attack.
Okay, so 15 in total. Nice. Okay. So as you lunge forward and stab in with the rapier, you hear another voice. But it's not coming out of the same place as the first voice did. You hear a voice from lower down going, "Ah, you bastard, that's my arm!" As you stab in with the rapier. Finbar, you're up.
Oh boy. Shit. And I will cast a Thunder Wave, in so doing, revealing the bed and blowing off the sheet from the top of it. Ha-ha! And it can roll me a Constitution saving throws. The equivalent of just ripping the bed sheet off of 4 or 5 people who are underneath it. Plus a spider.
Okay, so it's made the save, unfortunately.
Balls. Well, in that case, it takes half damage.
Do we also have to make the save all being on top of him?
Yes, you would,
Is
yeah.
everyone on top of me?
It's like
It's just like this.
There were 3 in
Finbar is
the bed,
the
and the
little-
little one said,
Finbar is
Just run
actually
away.
always the little spoon.
1 potato, 2 potato.
Do
I would
we-
try and aim it in such a way that I wouldn't hit my party members, but if I do, it's whatever.
Okay, no, if you're making a conscious decision not to hit them, we'll let you off.
Well, I kind of like the image of them all being blasted from on top of me towards him now.
Okay, then. Everybody who was in the bed with Finbar, make a con save.
I'm the worst.
"Oh, yay!"
To be fair, I was over by the window.
So
Okay.
we've got dwarf tossing, halfling tossing, tiefling
I
tossing.
failed that so bad.
just
Lee just like
catapulting.
launches.
Yeah, same.
as I launch City and Malene from me on the bed. I
That's
just
why you get
sit
women
up
out of
and
your
push
bed
them
after
out.
the night.
Yeah.
It's like, good night,
Be
ladies.
gone.
It's been great.
Oh my god.
Just the silent thuds
How
of
much damage
the thuds of invisible bodies.
Stayed
standing there.
8 points, unfortunately. Wait, no, 9 points. Sorry. Be gone! Get him, boys! And that's my turn.
Okay, is there anything
to be
else?
honest. Pretty
Okay.
happy with it.
Which bring us to due diligence. Oh my god. One day I'll be able to say your character's name properly. One day.
Oh, I hope not, because that's the whole fun of it. So Do is gonna roll forward. Don't touch the pig, and he's going to point at the big bad wolf, and from under his shoulder will come up the big bazooka, and he will pew 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 with the magic missiles. He's
Very
very good.
good.
3rd level, by the way.
Okay.
So that's 17 plus 5 for 22 points of force damage.
Nice.
Oh god.
For those in
Okay.
chat that can't see, I rolled 3 4s, a 3, and a 2 for a total of 17.
Damn. So, from inside the house comes a "don't touch the pig" as these bolts just come flying out of nowhere. Just you watch leeches in front of you. These bolts just boom, 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 impact this wolf, who inside you just hear a lot of swearing. What languages do you speak, by the way?
Common, thieves can, and gnomish.
Okay, so you don't understand what's being said. However, Gordon, you understand perfectly, and these are some heckin' bad curse words that this wolf is saying.
And there's I can hear more than one voice coming from the wolf.
Yes, multiple voices.
Due diligence also hears and understands these.
Cool, cool.
Can I shout
I will
out?
roll up-
It's full of dwarves.
It's full of stars?
Dwarves.
Dwarfs.
Aye.
I roll up and I plant myself next to Leech.
Okie doke. Which will bring us to 2 boots.
Okay, since I wasn't moving before, feeling agility gives me 60 feet, so I assume I can easily get up in range, yeah.
Oh, easy peasy, yeah.
So I'm going to charge up with my invisibility fading away and say, Rangard Valkyr, and take a lash with my rapier, 2 attacks.
Nice.
I think would the first one be with advantage because I was technically invisible for it.
Yes, we'll say,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a blinding anyways, so there is an advantage still, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Thank you.
So the first is a 24 to hit,
Oh yeah.
and would the second have advantage as well?
Yeah, he's still blinded.
Yeah, just checking.
That lasts for one round.
The next is a 17.
17 hits too.
Okay, on the first attack, I'll expend one superiority die and do a trip attack.
Nice.
So they have to make a DC 16 strength or be prone.
Okay, let's have a look.
And I'll be doing.
Ooh, that's a nat 20 on the save.
Okay. So overall, I'll be doing 3d8 plus 14. Okay. So that's a total of 30 points of damage.
Okie dokie, nice. So out of nowhere, Two Boots just appears and stab with the rapier, and Grodon, these curses are getting louder and more, like just real nasty stuff coming out of this wolf.
They've
And
got
you
to
guys
be.
hear
That's got to
this.
be a crime. Those kind of profanities has got to be against the law. Add
Just
that to the list.
absolutely hellish stuff.
depends on
And you
context.
guys now, as this thing's taking more and more damage, you can hear voices within it coming from different parts of this huge wolf, all appearing to have Scottish accents for some reason, almost as if all dwarves are Scottish. But it is now the turn of the big bad wolf, and it is going to it's going to lash out at whoever's in front of it, which is Leech, Two Boots, and Due Diligence. And it's going to try to claw Leech, Two Boots, and bite Due Diligence. So it will have disadvantage because it's blinded, I believe.
We've got a biter.
Yes. It's disadvantage. So Leech does a 11 hit.
Nope.
Okay,
What?
so miss. It's swinging wildly with the claws. Two Boots does a 18 hit.
An 18 does hit, yes.
Okay, you take. You take 12 points of slashing damage as a claw just rakes across you.
As the claw comes at me, I'm going to raise my rapier in the way and use the parry.
Nice.
So the action to lessen the damage by 1d8 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
So 9. So what was the original damage again, sorry?
12, I believe.
Okay, so
So
3
you
points
take
of
3
damage.
points of damage. Dang! And Due Diligence, this big toothy maw tries to come down upon you. It does a 15 hit. You're muted.
Sorry, the dog's snoring. I'm trying to keep you all from having to listen to that. I'm going to use my reaction to gain a +2 to my AC
Okay.
as a war mage, which brings my armor class up to 15. So it'll still hit. Yeah.
It'll still hit. Okie doke. You take 6 points of piercing damage as this huge wolf head just comes down and chomps on you.
I'd like to think he broke a tooth.
Yeah. There's like a little crunch as it hits something. It hits a rivet or something that's not quite as malleable.
I'm going to have
Okay.
to buff that out.
Which will bring us to Meline.
Hello. All right. So you said that there's an obvious, like, there's a zipper on this thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So could Malene use a free action to unzip it?
It would have to be like a contested check though, because it's currently like it's fighting, right? And the zip is on its like chest.
Oh, it's on its chest.
Yeah. So if you wanted to make like a dexterity check, like a sleight of hand check, contested against the wolf.
Sure.
All right.
Do a 3. A 16.
Okay, so, after this round of attacks upon you all, Leech, Two Boots, and Due Diligence, Malene, she zips in between the slashes and the bites, and you watch as she reaches up and grabs the zip on the front of the wolf's costume and tugs down. And now the front of it opens up, and you see what appears to be not an insignificant number of dwarves stood on each other's shoulders. And one of them goes, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing?"
No kink
will
shaming.
that will that be my action, my bonus action, a free action? What would you consider that?
Well, I mean, technically you do get one free item interaction around, so I'll give you an attack action if you want it. You know, let's full scum this.
Beautiful. So in that case, Malene is going to use Vampiric Touch on one of them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so she is going to, let's see, it is +7 to hit. 16. Does a 16 hit one of them?
16 hits.
So she reaches out to these confused dwarves and she just gently, like, caresses one of their cheeks. And does 3d6 necrotic damage.
Damn.
Oh wow, there's some ones in there. 6. So she recovers 3 health from that. And she's not going to move far enough away to get an opportunity attack, but she's going to sidestep to, like, the left so there's room for her party members to continue to attack the guts of this creature.
Gotcha. Which will now helpfully bring us to the dwarf that you just zapped with your vampiric touch. And he is pissed. And you watch as he completely disregards his fellow dwarven brothers as he lunges out of the wolf's body at you, Malene, as you've just grabbed him. And he's going to make a reckless attack on you with a hand axe that he has. That will be a 18 to hit.
That does a hit.
Okay, you take 9 points of slashing damage as this guy launches himself out of this wolf at you with his hand axe and just slashes you.
That's more than fine. When he does that, Malene points at him angrily and casts her Hellish Rebuke at the second level. So he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 15.
That is That is it. 15 is my thing. So he takes half, and that was at, I think it's at second level. So it's 3d10 divided by 2. I can do math and open up all my tabs.
Oh shoot, I have a map. Hang on.
Oops. So he takes 12 damage.
Okay, takes 12 damage. Damn.
Don't want to get on that bad side. Yikes.
Okay, so as this happens, as this dwarf launches himself out of this wolf costume towards you, Malene, the rest of it just begins to crumble as he was the central torso of the wolf. And so in front of you guys, you watch suddenly what was once a big scary wolf becomes a pile of dwarves in front of you. And let me just get rid of this.
It's like a nativity play when a couple of kids love donkey.
So Oh, no, wrong one. Blah, 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 blah. Says visible, visible. So there's a veritable pile of dwarves in front of you. The next set of initiative is like basically all the dwarves. And they're just going to try and spend their action like getting up and moving into a fighting position. So next up will be Gordon.
Okay, so I will run towards the back of the room, away from the front door, and then he will shout to his allies, "Don't let them escape justice, friends!" And he'll cast Bless at 2nd level, targeting 4 of us. That's myself and the 3 up front, which is 2 Boots, Leech, and Due Diligence. So you 3 and myself all get to, for the next minute, get to add a D4 to any attack roll or saving throw. And as a cleric of the order domain, I'm going to use my voice of authority to allow one of those allies to make an instant weapon attack as a reaction. I think, Leech, you haven't used the reaction yet, so you can make an attack and I guess get sneak attack if you have advantage on it. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can make an attack instantly.
I'm going to do that.
With an extra D4
right.
on the attack roll.
Hang on 1 second. Now that the map's up, where's the dice roller? Still roll it. It's mine. Oh, there it is. Sorry, it's just gone on my screen.
That's alright, no worries.
First one was a 25.
Yeah.
Cool. So that is...
I have to ask though, which dwarf are you hitting? Because it's now a pile of dwarves, there's no wall. So we'll say the yellow dwarf. I've color coded them.
That's 9 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, 9 points of damage. This guy is not looking super fantastic. He's taken quite a lot of hits. You get the feeling that he was the person that received the brunt of 2 Boots' rapier stabs. And so he's looking a little bit upset about life in general right now. Okay, so does that resolve Grodden's turn completely? Is everything done now?
Yeah, I got no bonus action on this turn, so I'll just hang back after casting that and maintain concentration on that. Bless.
Okay, so at the end of your turn, you hear back from Ella, and she comes up and she goes, "Hey, boss. So there's like 7 dwarves on the porch."
I notice. Yes, thanks. Good job. Maybe you can attack them next round.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it now.
Legit.
I could do that. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of why I'm here, huh? And so,
Okay.
she's gonna fly up and she's gonna hit the yellow dwarf. But that is like a 2 on the dice, so I don't think she's gonna hit, unfortunately. Let me just put her in there so I don't forget though. Ella. Okay, which will bring us to Sooty. Last but not least.
Yay! So I'm gonna do my sooty thing, and I'm gonna hold person. And how many dwarves are there currently? There's 6? No, 7. 7 dwarves.
7.
Oh, that's what a surprise. I'll roll a D8 a second. All right, I'm gonna go for dwarf number 5.
Okay. Which is the pink dwarf.
Hey! Perfect. I'm gonna hold that bastard in place.
Okay, so that is a whiz save from me. That is a 4.
Yes.
I need new dice.
RNG is struck again.
Where are you at?
So he's held in place, and you see him stuck. He has like a little axe, and he's like, "Huh?" And he's stuck with a really dumb look on his face. As
And so he's just
confusion
gonna
set
go-
in.
Just to that one dwarf. Out of all of the rest of them, just like, you.
Just that one guy. Oh, fucking.
Yeah.
Okay. Which will bring us finally back to the top of the round with Leech.
So, am I in combat with someone? Like,
Yes, you are basically in melee with the yellow and light blue dwarf on the screen there.
So, I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and get up to where the chairs are in the room.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to hold my hand out and cast Sleep right into the middle.
Ooh! Nice.
Last spell. So that's 16 points. So whoever's got the lowest hit points, if that can equal that, then that'll knock him out, and then it keeps carrying on.
So it was 16 total. You watch dwarf goes, guys, hits the ground.
Yeah, that's my turn. I'm just gonna
Okey
stay
doke.
there.
All right, Finbar.
Alright, well, this really is a bit of a clusterfuck. I don't want to do another one of those thunder waves, because it didn't go so well last time. Instead, I will attack the nearest dwarf with my rapier. Whether that's one of the 7 dwarves, or one of my companions. Anything's good.
Okay,
But ideally, one of the
so
7 dwarves.
the yellow dwarf is asleep on the ground right now. The pink dwarf is held with hold person.
I'll kill
So-
him. He can't move.
The pink guy. Okay, so you have advantage on attacking him because he can't move.
Alright. Then, +5, let's say 22 to hit.
Good God, yeah.
Take this, sir. And I slice into him for 11 points of damage when he can't move. And I say, well struck! As I hit him. Perfect poise.
Okay. So
That's my turn. I just want to murder someone who's
stab this
standing
guy that
completely
can't
still.
you commit a horrible, horrible crime, and then we will move on to the next person in the initiative order, which is due diligence.
Yes. So Finbar is standing between the yellow, the light blue, the pink, and the pig. Is that correct?
Yes, Finbar will have had to have moved into that space to stab the pink guy.
Excellent. I cast Fireball on the porch.
On it all!
I said, hands off the pig.
Oh God. Okay.
It's
Someone
a
throw
dex
flour at
save
it.
DC 15.
I just want to say that in my mind, Moline definitely stepped onto the porch.
Oh, well.
Like
So it's a dex
100%.
save, right?
Yes, DC 15.
So
Alright.
everybody on the porch,
It's a
including
death save.
Finbar
Like, holy
and
shit.
Maline, make a dex save.
Yeah, I said it just so that it doesn't reach the pig. I don't want it to reach Leech.
Yeah, Leech is
All right,
fine.
so I have an.
Yep.
So I got an 8.
I got a 6. Good night.
So
Okay.
I think I would have been on. I would have been on the porch as well.
Okay, that's the dex save
So-
from you two, Boots.
16.
Why are you blowing us up? I say it.
Literally
Just before the
everybody
fireball
failed.
emulates me.
Okay.
Everybody.
All right, so it's
failed.
8d6, right?
Wait, what was the damage again? The DC again, sorry?
15.
Is it
15.
15?
Two Boots is the only one to not fail.
That's 33 fire damage.
Okay, so good night. Good night.
Just as what I didn't thunder wave people
Good
earlier.
night.
Oh,
You almost just. I just want to put this in perspective. Melina had already taken some damage. She was very close to being actually killed outright for good. Oh wait, no, I have fire resistance.
You
Yes,
do.
So it's
Yeah, you do.
I need to let you know
I
something. Due diligence was built by gnomes. His ideal is he may not injure a gnome or through inaction allow a gnome to come to harm. He must obey orders given it by a gnome except where such orders would conflict with the first law. And he must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. Leech cannot be allowed to come to harm.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Okay, so you blast out this fireball, and there is a cacophonous explosion as 4 of the dwarves are just incinerated. There is naught but dwarven ash raining down upon this porch at present. The last remaining 3 look heavily scorched and are looking amongst each other now, panicked, not sure what to do. A couple of your companions who are also on the porch are looking a little bit toasty right now.
Pig roast.
Okay,
This is
so
not the kind
anything
of
else?
spit roast I enjoy.
Anything else?
Gordon's going to shout, we need to keep them alive to bring them to justice. Make sure there's a survivor.
We don't do
But we
survivors.
didn't do that with Jack.
Just in the
I'm
flame.
sure-
He's like, we don't do survivors. I'm like
Melina's one
Anakin
HP.
Skywalker right now. I'm just like dragging myself out of lava.
You know how much paperwork is involved?
Okay, so this will bring us to 2 boots.
With a cry of, my fucking fur, I'm gonna go for the green dwarf.
Okay,
Uh,
roll to attack him.
Okay, and I get a plus 1d4 to this, don't I? Because of the bless?
Yes, with bless, yes.
Okay. I don't
Oh,
think
you
it'll
don't need it.
21
No.
to hit.
Yeah, 21
so
hits.
damage. So that is 9 points of piercing damage.
9 points of piercing damage. Hot dang.
I'll
So
take
this
the-
guy looks really
Mhm.
rough.
Okay. I'll take the second attack on him as well.
Okay.
So 22. It's a hit.
22, that'll hit, yeah.
Okay, that's 10 points of damage.
Okay, 10 points of damage. He is hanging on by a thread, but he's still standing somehow. Let me just cross off some initiative orders there.
I've got to ask, what weapon does he have?
He has a short sword, this guy.
Would you be okay with me adding a disarming attack to that?
Yeah, go for it.
So I do 1 superiority die of damage, that's another d8, and they have to make a DC 16 strength.
Strength, let's see. Strength should be good for these guys, right? This should be good for them. Please let me roll a save and make it.
So there's an
No.
additional 1 point of damage, and he's disarmed if he fails.
So, 2 boots, as you go to disarm this guy, you go for a little flourish at his hand, like try and nick his hand to try and make him drop the sword. But unfortunately, you slice an artery, and you are just coated in blood as he just drops to the ground.
Not the fucking fur! Actually, I'm going to take Action Surge and have an additional attack against the Blue Dwarf, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah.
So that is a 10 to hit with a d4. So 13.
13. 13 unfortunately just misses.
Okay then. Yeah, and that's my turn.
So this dwarf jumps out of the way. It's like, I fucking hate cats. Which will bring us to Maylene.
I just hiss at him. Just a hiss as my fur puffs up. Singe as it is.
Malene is going to turn to the blue dwarf because I feel like she's probably in a position like right around between the red and the blue. It's kind of where I imagine her to step off to the left. So she's just gonna reach over to him, and she's gonna lean down to like kiss his forehead with another vampiric touch.
Nice.
Okay, let me toss. Well, that was an at one. Just firmly kiss him right on the lips.
And he kind of just goes, excuse me. I don't think we've met.
No king shaming, I say to the dwarf.
She's very friendly.
Let it happen.
I guess that's.
And she has no safe word.
Oh my god, I'm not sorry. I guess oh, that's all I can do.
Okay, so next turn will be that guy's turn. And he says, you want a kiss, lassie? I'll show you a kiss. And he goes up to headbutt you.
Ow, right in the kisser? Like,
threatening in a couple of ways.
It's a
What the hell is he doing?
a hit.
Kiss.
God.
So a 19 will hit. You take
This is not a customer.
5 points. A dwarf jumps up and just nuts you right in the mouth.
Malene, who was just trying to do one sweet gesture to the dying dwarf, takes a hard smash of his dwarven things. Her nose begins to bleed a little bit, and her face looks almost heartbroken as she crumples to the ground and is knocked unconscious.
Malene's down? Oh shit.
Yeah, well, she did get absolutely blasted by 2 of her party members.
But the gnome is safe.
Oh no, don't make that quote.
Too late.
nuts right in the face.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe he gave her a Glaswegian kiss.
He did.
He's Scottish after all.
Kiss.
Monsters.
I am actually 12.
For me, it was a moment of realization when Susie realized what she'd said.
We have not only broken the DM, we have broken Will. Well done, everyone.
Right.
All I wanted was a friendly smooch.
So
That escalated. I mean,
he's gonna move up. He's gonna hit 2 boots. Or he's gonna try to.
Okay.
With a hand axe, because they're not well equipped. Let's say, oh, where is that? What is that to hit? What is that? What is my life? It is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, God. You take 5 points of slashing damage as this guy goes whack with the hand axe. And then he's going to do something very stupid. He's going to try to run away.
I'm taking my attack of opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. I roll to attack.
So 14.
14. Oh, 14 hits,
15.
yeah. Oh, that hits. 15 hits.
So that is a total of 15 points of piercing damage.
Oh, okay. And you hear him go, "Oh no, I'm cut!" as he walks away, as he limps away. What was that movement? That's 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, he's making his run, which will bring us down to Grodden.
Cool. So I will get to the door so I can see them both. And then I will use my action to cast my Channel Divinity, which is Order's Demand. So I present my holy symbol, which is my police badge, and each creature of my choice within 30 feet must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by me to the end of my next turn, and they drop whatever they're holding. So I'm going to hold it up and say, "You will stop in the name of the law and put down your weapons," and their magical energy will flash towards them, and it's a DC 15 wisdom save.
Okay, they both fail the save because they're not very wise, surprisingly.
Cool. So they are charmed by me and will put down their weapons. I guess they can still try and hurt other people, but other than that,
they drop their weapons and like hands up.
Get some
it's
manacles
Ella.
on these guys.
It's Ella's turn right now. What would you like her to do? She takes orders from you.
Can I toss Ella my manacles and say, "Put these on that one," and let her fasten some manacles around the nearest one, or the furthest one, actually, just in case.
Yeah, and she floats over and manacles the furthest dwarf. Sooty, you're up.
Sooty was pretty far inside throughout all of this, so I don't think she'll be able to like chase after this dwarf. So instead, she's going to go like, "Maylene!" Panic and use a healing word.
My hero, my savior.
So I guess, yeah, I'll use my 1d4. That would be a 6 total.
Yay, Marlene, you take 6 points of healing and you are no longer dying.
Yay!
She's gonna hug Maylene way too hard for somebody who has just like come up from like the bounds of death. Just is like
nuzzles her horn. I thought all short people liked kisses.
I do, and she just brings Maylene in for a big like.
The shipping has begun. Leech, you're up.
I'm going to run back into the room, pull out a hand crossbow, and so.
Okay. Which one are we shooting? There's one just out on the porch, and then there's one that has been manacled that's out in the street.
Porch. Is there someone?
Okay, you shoot the porch guy. Yes. So you will get sneak attack. Oh no.
Great.
But wait, they are hands up in the air surrendering, is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
he has his hands up in surrender.
Do you know how much paperwork is involved if we take them back to jail?
Makes for an easy target. We only need one survivor.
So you only need one.
Dirty 20.
That'll hit you. That'll do it.
Kill the others.
That's 9 points of piercing damage for the shot, and then I do a sneak attack.
Oh no.
God. That's 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So, as this dwarf drops his weapon, he puts his hands up, puts his hands behind his head, sinks down to his knees, and he's about to look up at Gordon to say, "I surrender." He gets the words, "Ah," out of his mouth before a bolt just sinks right between his eyes. And
Gordon's going to fall to his knees and say, "No! This is not justice!"
He hurt my nose!
I didn't mean to write it.
Justice.
And he falls down dead.
What he did was completely unacceptable in many countries.
Can't believe we left one survivor. That's good. That's a new one.
Do you know how much paperwork I will have to do now?
So we'll say because the other guy is manacled, we are out of initiative order, and you can make your arrest. Oh, your hideous murder crime, whichever it is you'd like to do.
I mean, are we gonna arrest him? I mean, after everything they did to us.
Due diligence
Yes, but-
comes out onto the porch with the fire extinguisher and starts putting out the fire.
I think we should leave
compare.
this one alive. If we leave him alive, then we can use his information to get at Snow White. Besides, if you want him dead, I'm sure he'll turn up dead soon anyway if he betrays his boss.
Oh.
So
I'll just kill him in prison. Good idea.
that wasn't quite
After
what
due
I'm getting
diligence
at.
reads his entire mind.
Yes, read his mind, send him into a lockup, then we'll shank him.
Exactly.
Perfect.
You lot
Leech is
are
gonna-
very odd detectives. You're a very odd lot, I must say.
But
Thank
we
you.
did the job.
We
Yeah,
always
with
get it
confession.
done.
Yes.
Leech is going to go over to Gordon and put his hands on his shoulder and go, I think you've got the makings of command, boy. I think you could make commissioner.
No, I've let them down. I swore to uphold justice, and today I've not done that. I'll be turning myself in as well. And
Good. I'll arrest
maybe,
you. That has to be the way.
and I'll hold my hands out to Finbar, and I'll say, and maybe on the inside I can ensure that this dwarf here stays alive, and that will be my penance.
Right,
And I
yes.
take off my
Good idea.
badge.
Change the system from the inside. Smart
Exactly. And
move.
I throw my badge. I throw
That's
my
why
badge
I'm
to the
here.
ground, and as my badge hits the ground, the Ella just disappears, and
Us?
I hang my head in shame.
I arrest him. Not sure why I'm
No,
doing
Luke.
that.
Each
I
you want to be the
love
same
you.
ones.
It
As the
was
most
it was
cop-
one of us all along. I say as I arrest. It's always
Snow
an
had
inside
a
job.
man on the inside. We knew it. Snow had a man on the inside.
He was
A
a
dwarf.
dwarf.
He had
and
a
I don't
dwarf.
mean to- I don't mean to make stereotypes, but dwarves are all criminals. So
You know,
As proved by
how
what
many
just happened here.
dwarfs?
it's proved by that accent.
How many dwarfs does it take to change a light bulb? 3. 1 to hold up the bulb, and 2 to drink until the room starts to spin.
The lights even
True.
exist.
Smart.
It's just like
Well said.
torches.
That old dwarven proverb.
So, as the most copping cop of all copdom arrests himself for a crime he didn't do, and you walk
Beautiful.
and you walk back to the precinct with another criminal dwarf in tow. That is where we will end our session for tonight.
Well played, everyone.
Thank you.
Big Bryce.
That's very good. Thank you very
Oh
much.
my god. That
what
was
even
messy.
happened?
I have been waiting for a gnome. Thank you.
That was super fun.
Oh my god. Well, that's that's an episode for tonight, my friends. That's a wrap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it there in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know as well. If you enjoyed it, you can drop a comment. Stick around if you're watching us live. We've got City of Mist here in a few minutes, the penultimate episode, and things are really heating up in that game. I'm so excited for it. But let's go around the cast and the crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Susie, great job tonight. What on earth was that? What the hell happened?
I don't know. I mean, it was supposed to be Three Little Pigs, but it kind of got lost there in the middle somewhere, and as it always does. But it was always a ton of fun, and thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all for watching. But yeah, I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace, and you can find me everywhere on the internet at Susanna Grace, and that is Susanna with one N. Just so you know. I am a variety streamer who does video games, TTRPGs, art streams, you name it, I've probably done it. And I'm on a whole bunch of other channels too, including this very channel tomorrow at 10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. EST with Acton Cthulhu, Shadows of Atlantis. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I have a corgi called Sherman, and I'm very excited to punch some Nazis.
Absolutely.
That's me.
Fantastic. Awesome. Madame Gandalf, same questions for you.
Oh, hi. Once again, Susie, you've done amazing at just keeping everybody in line amongst the chaos that is, well, us. And so thank you so much. You managed to just weave this so well, and even though I could see that you were going for the 3 little pigs thing, you seamlessly worked it in with Snow White and the 7 dwarves thing, and just bravo to that. Bravo. And yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I thought that, there were a lot of hilarious moments from everybody tonight, so I was really excited about that. So thank you, everyone. I had a lot of fun. But yeah, my name's Madam Gandalf. I'm a variety caster here on Twitch. That's my full-time job. That's my only job. And you can find me everywhere as Madam Gandalf, including the really awkward fan fiction I wrote years ago and things like that. So yeah, we do cooking, face painting, singing, variety of games, and D&D. Just just like Susie said, you name it, we've probably done it. Between this whole group, I'm sure we've all probably done it on Twitch. So yeah, come by the Green Dragon and have a drink on me.
Can confirm, we've all done it on Twitch. Thank you, Madame Gandalf.
Everyone has done it.
Everyone, yeah. It's like an initiation process. How do you get partner? It's the whole thing.
It's before the the TOS really cracked down,
Oh boy. Before I say too much, Bree, some questions.
Holy cow, today was so much fun. I always look forward to this game. I know it's new, but it's become one of those things where I look forward to Thursdays now every single week. I'm always so excited for what fairy tales Susanna is going to let us destroy next. And yeah, I've done an amazing job letting us destroy everything and hurting all of us cats. No offense to Two Boots. It has been an absolute time. But I'm NPC Bree, 2 E's. You can find me on Twitter and all over the place. I play D&D like 4 to 6 times a week, depending on my mood, on channels like the Greyhawk channel, Soulbear RPG here, and Scraticus. And speaking of Scraticus Academy's channel, on the 26th, this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, I will be DMing for the very first time. I'm terrified. I'm running I think 4 or 5 level 20 adventures through a one-shot. I don't know what I just got myself into. I don't know what I'm doing, but if you want to see me struggle, that will be the day. Or just follow me on Twitter. I'll live tweet about how I failed, so.
Fantastic. Amazing. And Sean, same questions, my friend.
Well, thank you guys. That was my first ever live stream, so that was super fun. And thank you, Susie. That was great. You can find me on Twitter at Shaun of the Hunt, where I tweet basically just D&D jokes. But also I'm putting together a Kickstarter for a fantasy tour guide of London, so that'll be coming out in February, so check that out. So thanks again, guys.
Awesome, love it. And Eldritch Warlock, same questions, my friend.
Yeah, first of all, again, similar to Sean, I would say thank you, Susie, for that. That was a hell of a lot of fun. I don't think I've laughed so much in a game of D&D in recent times, so thank you so much, and thanks to everyone for making that happen. I can be found on Twitter as Eldritch Warlock, although I'm not really that active on Twitter, to be honest. I'm on a stream on the RPG Lab every Monday at 7 p.m. GMT, and every now and then I appear on a stream with Variant Vols.
Awesome, fantastic. And Cleric of Cord.
Hello, Cleric of Cord, at Cleric of Cord on the Twitters. If you want to know where to find me, the easiest way to do that is to check the pinned tweet. They're on Twitter, because I'm all over the place. I have a hard time keeping track myself. But this Saturday as well, I will be on Unmade Gaming for their charity stream at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, playing a Numenera one-shot, which is rapidly becoming one of my favorite systems to play. Thank you, everybody. Susanna, as always. Finbar, you bring it. Our guests, you guys were amazing. Amazing. Thank you. You were right in there, seamless. It was great. Sean, thank you again for the gnome. I've been waiting for one. This due diligence, that was part of his original build. When I first created this character, the 3 laws were part of his original build. Yes, Susie knows. And so I've been wanting a gnome to come on so I could use that. So thank you. Everybody have a good weekend. Again, I'm at Cleric of Cord.
Awesome. Fantastic. And then last but not least, Mr. Chaotic Fabulous.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Fabulous. Pretty much talking about RPG stuff there, and I run the D&D5E group on Facebook where people come and discuss how they build Robocop in D&D, or characters from movies, TV shows, that kind of thing. But thanks a lot for tonight's game. It was really good, really great to play in this sort of light-hearted fairy tale kind of setting for once. It's really nice. And all the other players, thought we had a really good energy tonight. So thank you all.
Absolutely. Amazing stuff. Well, thank you guys for joining us again. It's been a wild ride. And if you guys are watching in the chat or on YouTube want to come and play with us, the info is there below the YouTube video description, all that good shit. But we've got City Mist coming up here next, so stay tuned, my friends. Until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be there laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.